What's going on? Good morning to you all. Peace and blessings to you all. Marky, you say Jesus saves, huh? Gotcha. It's good to know. Good morning to you guys. Good morning, Rich. What's up, Rich? So good to see you. Good morning to you. Peace and blessings to you all. Jessica's in the building. Rich is in the building. Capo, you said you locked in, huh? Bashan's in the building. Mr. Enjoy Life. What's going on? What's going on? Becky, what's up, beloved? Ann's in the building. So good to see you, beloved. So good to see you all. Peace and blessings to you all. Peace and blessings to you all. Keziah, what's up, beloved? What's up, beloved? So good to see you. Good morning to you. Bring your mindset. Leave your problems outside of the live, please. Leave yesterday's version of you outside of the live. Brock, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Again, leave yesterday's version of you outside the live. Leave what you think is wrong with your life outside the live, because you can't pick something new up if you're carrying something old at the same time. It's just not going to work. That's right. All is well. Yvette, what's up, beloved? Safe's in the building. What's up, coach? All is well. All is well. All is well. Reese, let's go. Everything is in a mess and all is well. You need the mess, because the mess is being created by your programming and conditioning, not by reality. Good morning to you all. The mess is being created by your programming and conditioning, beloved, not by reality. The moment that you fully understand that there is no mess in reality. Jessica, I love you too, beloved. So good to see you. Good morning to you. Good morning. You, the problem and the solution. All of your problems are being created by your programming and conditioning, not by reality. Your problems are created by the mindset that you bring to the moment, not reality. You are the problem. Myro, what's up, beloved? So good to see you, Myro. So good to see you. So good to see you, my brother. So good to see you. Lynetta's in the building. What's up, beloved? One more time, problems or your way. Everything you call a problem is just you rejecting what's happening in your physical reality. Problems are created by the human mind, not by reality. Let me say that one more time. Problems are created by the human mind, not by reality. All of your problems are created by your mind, not by reality. In the moment that you master your mind, you'll understand that there are no problems in life. There's just situations that need to be dealt with. That part right there, and that part right there, beloved. Honey man, what's up, honey man? So good to see you. Miss Tia is in the building. What's up, beloved? So good to see you. Lynn's in the building. What's up, beloved? Maywood, I see you. Lourdes, let's go. Red's in the building. What's up, beloved? Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost a live to your stories, please. You don't have problems. I'm telling you right now, all of your problems are being created by your programming and conditioning, nothing else. All of your problems are created by your programming and conditioning, nothing else. All of your problems are created by your programming and conditioning, nothing else. What God is doing is He's waiting on you to become the solution. Nothing else is the solution. You are the solution. He's waiting on you to become the solution. I said your problems are being created. Let me qualify that. Why don't your problems live in my mind? Why don't your problems live in your neighbor's mind? Why don't your problems live in the mind of the person that lives across the street from your house? If your problems live outside of you, then why don't they live in the person next door to you? I'm just curious. Problems are created by the thinking mind, not by reality. And the day that you master your mind, all of your problems mysteriously go away. Because you're going to understand that everything is just data. Reality is just teaching you where you are meeting the moment with low levels of awareness. That's all it is. It's simple. Life is so easy to master. But you can't master life and chase people at the same time. Good morning to you guys. Good morning again. Do me a favor. Yeah, everything is just data. That's all it is. Just data. People are teaching you whether or not they belong in your life or not. And the day that you realize that everybody's auditioning, and every single person that you have in your life right now is just teaching you whether or not they belong in your life. The person at the coffee shop is teaching you whether or not they belong in your life. Uh, Everyone is teaching you, and it doesn't matter what label they carry. Don't get caught up on the labels. And, oh, that's my mom, and that's my brother, and that's my this. None of that matters. Everyone is teaching you through the way they treat you and how they show up for you and how they speak to you, whether or not they deserve to be. It's all data. Nobody's disrespecting you. People are just teaching you they don't deserve to have access to you. Their disrespect is saying, communicating to you, I don't deserve to have access to you. We don't need to create a story around it. We don't need to sit down and talk. We don't need to go to the therapist. We don't need to do anything. Just read the data. They're telling you everything they need. They're telling you everything you need to know. Wilder, what's up, beloved Jazz? I see you. Every single person in your life right now, that relationship that you're in and the way that that person treats you, they're telling you, I don't deserve to have access to you. The disrespect is saying, I don't deserve to have access to you. The cheating is saying, I don't deserve to have access to you. When they look you dead in the face and lie to you, what they're saying to you is that I don't deserve to have access to you. The inconsistencies, I don't deserve to have access to you. When I'm not showing up for you anymore, I don't deserve to have access to you. When I'm withholding the truth to you because my lie is more entertaining than the truth, I don't deserve to have access to you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm telling you is I don't deserve to have access to you. But that part you don't want to hear because that's too much like right. You want it to be deeper than that. That's why we stay stuck in relationships. You want it to mean something more than that. Doesn't mean any more than that. It's just data. Yeah, everything is NPCs. You just have to master. You just have to master the NPCs. Everything is NPCs. There's only so many main characters in your life. Everyone else is just an NPC. Stop reacting to the NPCs. What are NPCs? Non-player characters. Non-player characters are people that have nothing to do with your purpose. They have nothing to do with your assignment. They have nothing to do with your calling. They have nothing to do with who you get ready to become. They have nothing to do with that. But for some strange reason, we give the NPCs all of this energy. That's what's hurting you. Everyone at your gym is an NPC. The people on the highway are an NPC. The 99% of the people at your job are NPCs. The people that you see on the freeway on the way to work in the morning are all NPCs. All of the people at your gym are NPCs. NPCs don't impact your life. They have no power. So the moment that you react to an NPC, you just made them a main character in your life. Anytime you react to an NPC, you give them main character energy. And that's when you get upset and you get frustrated, and you get hurt, and you get fill in the blank. Yeah, 9 out of 10 people in your life right now are NPCs. I appreciate that. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost the live to your stories. If you haven't already done so, please share or repost the live. Got my Tara in the building. Tara, what's up, beloved? It's time for us to show out. Let's break the internet. We're breaking the internet today, period. Breaking the internet today, bottom line. If you like your phone, you might want to scroll past this live stream. I'm tearing it up. If you like your phone, you might want to go down the street. Maywood, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Nephew's in the building. So good to see you. Boom, 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 boom. Type me in the comments real quick if you are, if this is your very first time on a live stream with me. Please type me in the comments. If this is your very first time, let me greet you real quick, and then we get ready to take off. Whip Girl, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. 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 First time. All first timers, welcome all first and last time listeners. My name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness, self-mastery, relationship mastery, 5D consciousness, emotional intelligence. I am also the best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness: How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? This book has helped to change hundreds of thousands of people's lives globally. The book is a bestseller. It is a game changer. The book is about you. It has nothing to do with me. I didn't write the book for me. The book is about you. And if you're on that journey to becoming the most powerful version of yourself, that's a great place for you to start. I'm not here to sell you the book. I'm beyond that. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I'm beyond that. The people that know, right? And I'll say this to you, I've coached people from all walks of life, from top celebrities, top athletes, doctors, lawyers, politicians, executives, everyday moms and pops, you name it. Um, and there's always a common denominator there. And that common denominator is the fact that people don't realize and understand that they are the problem. People don't understand that. What's scary to me is that 10 out of 10 people will believe that they're self-aware. That terrifies me. To be completely honest with you, that's why I don't like to lead with self-awareness with respect to what I do. I'm just going to be honest with you, because I cripple people when I do that. If I ask any person on this live, are you self-aware? They're going to tell me yes. And you ain't got a self-aware bone in your body. You're going to tell me yes. And let me tell you why you're going to tell me yes. Because you're going to confuse your PhD with self-awareness. You're going to confuse your master's degree with self-awareness. You're going to confuse all of the little worldly knowledge that you've acquired with self-awareness. You think self-awareness has something to do with your family or your bloodline or your background or your name or who your friends are, or, your favorite color and what you like and what you don't like, and all of these things like that. Has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with that. Self-awareness is spiritual intelligence. Spiritual intelligence is the most powerful form of intelligence in human history. It's what Jesus was teaching. What do you think he was teaching? Why do you think we're still talking about him 2,000 years later? Because this is what he was teaching. And so you can go and have the PhD and still not know who you are. You're just going to be a person with the PhD still struggling with depression. You can go and get the master's degree. The master's degree doesn't mean that you've mastered you. The master's degree means that you have knowledge in some area of your life outside of you. You can go get the bachelor's degree all you want. You still don't know who you are. So you can get the mansion. You just going to have the mansion just going to become your prison. Because now you're living in the mansion, but you're still struggling with depression. You living in the mansion, but you still figure out why you're unhappy. Yeah, you got the Ferrari, but you're depressed still. You driving the Ferrari to the therapist. You got the Mercedes Benz and the Chanel bags and the jewelry and the Coach bags and all of that, but you still don't know who you are. You don't know why depression shows up in your life and what it means. You don't know why anxiety shows up in your life and what it means. You don't know why fear shows up in your life that you keep bowing to and what it means. But you've been going to church your whole life. 8 out of 10 people on this live stream right now have been going to church your whole life. Well, if religion is the answer, why do you still have depression 20 years later, 30 years later? I said, why you got the depression if you've been going to church for 20 years? I'm pulling you out to the water. I'm not one of the people that get on these live streams and go play with you. If you've been going to church damn near your whole life, and 9 out of 10 people on this live stream have, why don't you know how to battle your depression? Why didn't the Bible teach you that? Why didn't the Bible teach you how to master fear? Why didn't the Bible teach you how to master anxiety? Why didn't the Bible teach you how to master your shadow and what's in your shadow? Why didn't the Bible teach you how to overcome your programming and conditioning? Why didn't the Bible teach you how to dominate the present moment? Why didn't the Bible teach you who you are at your essence? I just need you to answer the question for me. It's not a math problem. It should take you a long time to figure it out. You've been going to church your whole life. You ain't mastered depression yet. You've been going to church your whole life. You ain't mastered fear. You haven't mastered anxiety. You haven't mastered imposter syndrome. You don't know why doubt shows up. You haven't mastered that yet? You haven't stepped into 5D consciousness yet? Spend a year with me. You're going to dominate fear. Spend a year with me. You're going to dominate depression. Spend a year with me. You're going to dominate anxiety. Spend a year with me. You're going to dominate every room you walk in. You're going to dominate your programming and conditioning. I'm more powerful than all that stuff that you can get from some structure outside of your physical body. I'm what your church don't want to see. I'm what they don't want to see. I'm going to tell you that now because I'm God built. He built me, not your Bible, not some church. God built me. Awareness built me. Self-mastery built me. Emotional intelligence built me. And most importantly, my pain built me. I speak from my trauma. I speak from my pain. I speak for all of the unhealed versions of me. I'm the spokesperson for everything in me that was broken. I'm the spokesperson for everything that the world took from me. I'm the spokesperson for everything that my parents couldn't give me. I'm the spokesperson for my pain and my shadow. I speak for those things now. The only difference is I stand on the other side of it. They don't affect me now. My ego is my ally now. It's no longer my enemy. Depression is my ally now. It's no longer my enemy. Fear is my ally now. It's no longer my enemy. Anxiety is my best friend. It's no longer my enemy. I understand through awareness, not religion, through awareness, not your Bible. I understand your pastor is still struggling with depression. Ask him. That deacon at your church is still struggling with depression. Ask him. The first lady at your church is still bowing to fear. Ask her. So if it works, why are they still bowing to it? God sent me, not your church, not your religion. Hey, but one person on this planet I represent, him. I don't need you to agree with me. I don't need you to approve with me because you know I'm telling you the truth. You've been sitting here going to church 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, some of you got. You still ain't mastered depression. Still ain't mastered fear. Still ain't mastered anxiety. So if it works so good, why haven't you mastered it? What, we ain't doing the truth today? My brother has been a pastor for over 30 years, still depressed. Been a pastor for over 30 years, still bowing to fear. Been a pastor for over 30 years, still bowing to anxiety. I know what works. I know what we were sold, and then I know what works. Let me know when you want me to turn the truth down, if it's too much for you. Girl, we got to let them know, beloved. We got to let them know. We got to let them know, beloved. We got to let them know. I got sold the same thing you got sold. So I'm not here to debate you. We just say it's not a debate. This is why God has his chosen ones online right now. Because see, I'm not afraid to say what needs to be said. I'm not afraid to say what needs to be said. Jesus was not teaching religion. He was teaching self-awareness. He was teaching 5D consciousness. He was teaching emotional intelligence. He was teaching people that you don't need to go through some church. You don't need to go through some third party. But they made whole religions about him, even though religion was the very thing he spoke against. Make that make sense to me. I just need you to make it make sense to me. How is it that you create a religion behind a man that spoke against religion? Jesus didn't want to have nothing to do with your church. If he was here right now, he would never step foot in your church. Wouldn't want to have nothing to do with your pastor that you sit here bowing to. We sit here listening to. He spoke against those things. And then the very people, the very thing he spoke against. Wait, I just need you to make it make sense. Hold up. You said you love me. I'm speaking for my father now. I don't give a damn how you feel about me. You said you love me. You said you love Jesus. You say that all the time. You got his name in your mouth all the time. But the very people that took him out are the very people you are aligned with. Make it make sense. I said the very people who took him out are the very people you are currently aligned with in this moment. Make it make sense to me. That's like you got your only child and somebody take your only child out the game for whatever the case may be. I'm talking about they didn't kidnap your only child, hurt your only child, abuse your only child, did all these things. Now your only child isn't here anymore. And then you turn around and you best friends with the very people that took him out. Make it make sense to me. I said, make it make sense to me. I'm going to speak for him because nobody going to speak for him the way I'm going to speak to him for him. I'm going to tell you that right now. That doesn't make any sense on any planet in the universe. You mean to tell me you sitting here going every single Sunday to go listen to the very organization that took him out the game? What he spoke against, you aligned with? You sit here wearing crosses that depict what they did to him? That don't bother you? You sit here wearing crosses that depict the very thing they did to him. Make that make sense. The audacity for them to have him on some cross as though that's something cool to have on display in your church. Sin in awareness means that you are out of alignment with God. I don't give a damn what they programmed you to believe sin means. That's religion talking. Those are the very people that wiped him out talking. Sin in awareness means that you are out of alignment with God. You are out of alignment with your highest and best self. So freeze what I said one more time. Jesus was teaching religion. He was not teachers was teaching awareness. He wasn't teaching religion. So if he's teaching religion, hold up, freeze. You're talking to a real great white right now. If he's teaching self-awareness and self-mastery and emotional intelligence, and if you ask any spiritual master, they will tell you sin in awareness means that you're out of alignment with God. You're out of alignment with your highest and best self. That's it. That's all. Freeze that thought. Well, if that's the case, why would he need to die for your sins? Because that's what you got told. You got told that he died for your sins. But again, sin and awareness just means that you're out of alignment with God. So why would you need to die for your sin? You didn't come into this world a sinner, even though you got programmed to believe that. You got programmed and conditioned to believe that you were born a sinner. How were you born a sinner when at the time when you stepped into this world, you were pure unconditional love? You were pure happiness. You were pure joy, pure peace. You were the closest thing to God at that time. What no sin in you? And because sin comes from programming and conditioning. Don't make me speak more than I'm speaking. Sin comes from your programming and conditioning, beloved. You didn't have programming and conditioning at the time. This is why you have all that love in you and all that abundance in you and all that joy in you and all that peace in you because you weren't running any program. So if you're born a sinner and if sin comes from programming and conditioning, and it does, people aren't bad. It's your programming and conditioning that makes you bad. There's not a bad person on the planet, but there is bad programming and conditioning all day long. So I can look at John over here. John's a racist. John doesn't like black people. I get it. But John didn't come into the world that way. So that gives me, as a self-aware person, that allows me to have compassion. Why? Because the self-aware person knows God didn't create John like that. The world made John like that. Instantly, I feel compassion. Instantly, I feel empathy. Now, that don't mean I'm going to skip down the street with John. And that don't mean I'm going to be best friends with John, because John's a liability to himself, which means that he'll be a liability to me. But what that does mean is that I get it. John didn't come that way, and you didn't either. So you're not born a sinner, but the Bible gonna tell you you were. The church gonna tell you you were. Religion gonna tell you that you were born a sinner and that Jesus needed to die for your sins. But you didn't come into the world that way. You came into this world, you were perfect. There was no racism in you. There was no anger in you. There was no depression in you. There was no judgment in you. There was no, you came from straight from God. You're talking about you was born a sinner. You came straight from him. The day that you were born is not the day that you were created. Don't ever confuse the two. The day that you were born is the day that God allowed the world to see what he created. And he used your parents as the vessel to make that happen. That's all he used your parents for. Your parents were the vessel, beloved, that he chose so that you can have certain experiences. That's it. That's all. So going back to my original point, Jesus was the floor. He wasn't the ceiling. He was the floor. And every chosen one's job is to see what they did to him, see how they did him, see how they treated him, see how they disrespected him, and raise the bar. Because the Christ consciousness that he carries is the Christ consciousness that you carry. And so your duty, your responsibility, not to me, but to yourself and God, is to raise the bar, because you have access to things in this moment that he didn't have access to, beloved. He didn't have social media. He couldn't have talked to a million people. He couldn't create videos and content. He couldn't do all of these things. There's so many things that he couldn't do that you can do now. Raise the bar. Get out all that procrastination out your life. Get all them excuses out your life. Get all of the low vibrational people out your life. Get all of the people that don't honor your presence out of your life immediately. We are here to raise the bar. That's why God created you. That's why he unlocked you. And that's why he put me in your path, because I'm going to help you raise that bar. I'm going to help you get to the other side. I'm going to help you unlock that Christ consciousness. There's certain things that's going on this planet that's completely out of alignment with who your father is. Let's check the game. We checkmating everybody. I'm unlocked now. That was the last thing this world ever wanted to see. You don't want me unlocked. I'm that one. I'm front line with everything. I don't bow to nobody but God. I'm not afraid to lose people. I'm not afraid to lose followers. I don't give a damn about none of that. I'm not here for likes and shares. I'm here to run the play. Welcome to Lion School. Dage, what's up, beloved? Reese, what's up, beloved? That's your brother, man. You look at him the same way you look at your brother. That's your brother that they took out like that. That's your brother that they did that too. That's your brother that they disrespected and nailed. How you do somebody like that? How you nail somebody to something, then got the audacity, the very people that took him out, got him hanging up in your church. How you got the audacity to do that? And then go and create a whole religion behind his teaching. Stole it, took the man out, and then turn around and go teach what he teaching. Make it make sense to me. I said, you're going to take the man out and then turn around and go create a religion around his teaching because you couldn't do what he could do. They didn't have the power to do what he could do. Because again, I can have people's self-awareness all day long. If it's not in you, see, it was on them. It was in Jesus. Don't ever confuse the two. It was only on them. It was in him. On them, meaning that they found his teachings and now they tried to replicate that, but they couldn't teach it like he could teach it because it really wasn't in them for real. They weren't chosen ones for real. And he was a threat to them. That's why they took him out. He was a threat to them. He was a threat to their power. He was a threat to their churches. He was a threat. I tell you guys about the man who learned how to make fire. I've told you guys that story. That's him. That's him in the story that I'm talking about. Talking about he died for your sins. He didn't die for your sins. He died because he was a threat. Same thing they doing now. We're doing the same thing now. All of the threats we take out. Look at it historically speaking. All of the powerful speakers, we didn't took them out. Somehow, some way, they magically get assassinated. Anyways, let's get busy getting busy. Give me May. What's up, beloved? What's up, beloved? Do me a favor, real quick. Yeah, he was a threat. Bottom line, that's what people do with threats. They do it. We still doing it now. We still doing it now. That's what we do with threats. We take threats out. Period. Period. Tracy, you're welcome, beloved. That's what we do with threats. We take them out. All right, let's get busy getting busy. Absolutely, absolutely. Quee, what's up, beloved? Again, real quick, you guys, do me a favor and share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't. Raja, what's up, beloved? Share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Yeah, Candace, sadly, they are. Queen, what's up, beloved? Queen Ellis in the building. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So again, the objective, you guys, the objective is to master yourself. You know, nothing is more important than self mastery. Nothing. 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 Because if you haven't mastered yourself, what have you really mastered? What have you mastered? You haven't mastered yourself. What have you really mastered? Well, Juliet, what's up, beloved? And I'm gonna just say this one more time. I'm just gonna say this one more time because it bothers me when I hear it and when I see it. Jesus was 100% against the church. That's not my opinion. That's universal truth. He was 100% against the church. Well, if that's the case, why do they keep his name in their mouth? Why does your church keep hollering his name? That don't look weird to you? That don't sound weird to you? If he's 100% against the church, and he was, why they keep hollering his name? The very people that took him out, all they do is holler his name. They don't holler any other name more than his. You don't find that's not weird to you? You wouldn't want to run up on that person that took your son out? If you, every time you somewhere, all you hear is this person saying your son's name and you know what they did to your son, that wouldn't piss you off? You wouldn't be fighting mad? Sit here and tell me with a straight face you wouldn't be. Somebody took your real son out, and everywhere you go, they hollering your son's name, got t-shirts made with your son on it, they selling pictures of it, got jewelry with your son. That wouldn't piss you off? That's what you telling me with a straight face? You wouldn't be pissed off by that? Come on, Carrie 601. I'm talking about rubbing it all in your face. All right, let's get busy getting busy. Rosie, I know, beloved, because I see. Well, this is the perfect segue into sometimes in life, you have to be the lion in order to protect the lamb that you really are. Let that sink in. Sometimes in life, you have to become the lion in order to protect the lamb that you really are. There's a weight that comes with being a chosen one. Are you ready to carry the weight? There's a weight, I'm telling you, that comes with being a chosen one. Are you ready to carry the weight? See, you being tired and stressed out and depressed and anxiety and all these things that you're feeling, is it coming from carrying the weight of being a chosen one? It's coming from you carrying the weight of your past. It's coming from you carrying the weight of outdated versions of yourself. It's coming from you carrying the weight of your pain and the identity you built around that. It's not coming from you carrying the weight of being a chosen one, because you ain't even stepped into that version of yourself yet. All of your suffering is coming because you're carrying weight that God never asked you to carry. That's where it's all coming from. There is a weight that comes with being a chosen one. There's a level of responsibility that comes with being a chosen one. I have a responsibility to this community. I have a responsibility to Mindset Masters. I have a responsibility to God. I have a responsibility to me. I have a responsibility to my purpose that exceeds every other responsibility, beloved. Nothing else even comes close. This is why I don't suffer. This is why I have no suffering in my life. Everything else is just everything else. Nothing is on the same level, is on the same platform as my purpose. Nothing. So my problems can't reach me. Yesterday's version of me can't reach me. Low vibrational people in toxic relationship can't reach me. These things can't reach me. My purpose is too important. I'm like that person that you see running through the airport and my flight's getting ready to take off in 5 minutes and I'm on the other side of the airport. I'm like that person. That person ain't got time to slow down and hear what you think about them. They don't have time to slow down and hear about your problems. They don't have time to slow down and hear about your judgments and your criticism and who you think they are. They don't have that. That's how I move through life. Even when I'm sitting still, I'm still moving like that. I'm very protective over what I give my energy to. I don't just give my energy to anything. I don't give a damn if I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to give my energy to something that's going to take me out of alignment with who I'm becoming. But that's what most people do. You give your energy to the past. You giving your energy to the stories about what broke you. You giving your energy to outdated versions of yourself. Who walked out of your life? What's missing from? I ain't got time for that. Because I can't become who I want to be and who I used to be at the same time. I can't entertain who I'm becoming and who I used to be at the same time. I can't do it. One of those things is going to get my energy and attention. So one more time, there's a weight that comes with being a chosen one. When God is ready to elevate you, he isolates you first. When God is ready to elevate you specifically, I'm talking to you. He's going to elevate, he's going to isolate you first. Because if you're too connected to people and too connected to external validation and needing people to choose you, you'll miss his voice. You'll miss his voice. If you are truly a chosen one, God's voice has to be the loudest thing in your life. Period. Let me say that it one more time in case your earpiece may have fallen out. If you are truly a chosen, I double down on the truly word. If you are truly a chosen one, God's voice has to be the loudest thing in your life, louder than your fear, louder than the depression, louder than the stories about what broke you, louder than the stories about who you used to be. It has to be the loudest thing in your life. I can't hear my depression knocking at the door because I'm too busy listening to what God is saying. I can't hear my fear knocking at the door because I'm too busy listening to what God is saying. I can't hear yesterday's version of me whispering that I'm not enough because I'm too busy listening to what God is saying. A coach, I don't like you. Huh? I'm sorry, what'd you say? I couldn't hear you. I was in a full-blown conversation. I didn't hear your criticism. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost a live to your stories. Iris, what's up, beloved? Brandon, what's up, beloved? King Kev, what's up, family? Do me a favor and share or repost a live to your stories, please. If you haven't already done so, share or repost a live to your stories. If you haven't already done so, please. Raja, what's up, beloved? So one more time, if you are truly a chosen one, God's voice has to be the loudest thing in your life, beloved. The loudest thing. Louder than what your significant other needs from you. Louder than what your kids are talking about. Louder than what your boss needs from you. Louder than anything. Because when his voice is the loudest thing in your life, nothing else has the power to impact you. Nothing else can hurt you negatively. What's my mindset? Everything is working out for me. Coach, I don't like you. Everything is working out for me. Coach, I don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore. Oh, coach, everything is working out for me. Coach, you not this or you not that. Everything is working out for me. Coach, we're going to have to let you go from this job today. Everything is working out for me. That's my mindset. That's how I show my loyalty to God. Everything is working out for me. Doesn't matter what you take from me. Doesn't matter what your opinions are. Doesn't matter what you try to project onto me. Everything is working out for me. That's where I live. I vacation there. So doubt can't come knocking at the door. Fear can't come knocking at the door. Depression can't come knocking at the door. Anxiety can't. Everything is working out for me. And I put that pressure on God. I put the pressure on him. I don't put pressure on me. You put the pressure on him. See, that's what he likes. He likes when you put pressure on him. We put pressure on our partner and pressure on the world and pressure on people to like us and pressure on people to choose and pick us. No, God's saying, put the pressure on me. I'm the only one that's going to make the things happen in your life. That person ain't going to make nothing happen in your life because they praying to me just like you do. So why are you bowing to them? Every person that you have on some pedestal in your mind is praying to him just like you are. So why aren't you going to the source versus focusing on the person? The person can't do anything for you that God doesn't authorize. Truth is knocking at the door. Cash, what's up, beloved? Paulina, what's up, beloved? Man, I'm telling you, beloved, I'm telling you, man, everything is working out for me. Oh, coach, we just found out that you got something on one of your lungs. Everything is working out for me. Nothing gets to rent space in my mind for free that's out of alignment with who I am becoming. Oh, coach, I don't like that comment you made. Everything is working out for me. I can't do anything with your opinion. The day I can buy something with your opinion, I'll listen to you all day long. Until your opinions can be deposited in my bank account, I can't accept that. Coach, you're not that smart. Beloved, everything is working out for me. What would you like me to tell you? That's a titanium mindset. That's a mindset that can't be penetrated by doubt. It can't be penetrated by fear. It can't be penetrated by limiting beliefs. It can't be penetrated by anything. Everything is working out for me. I don't give a damn what's in the bank account. Everything is working out for me. I don't give a damn about the eviction notice. Everything is working out for me. I don't give a damn about the repo man banging on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning. Everything is working out for me. That's what God is saying. Stay locked in with me. Keep your focus on me. Keep your loyalty to me. Keep your faith on me. See, boom. Stephen, what's up, beloved? Being out of alignment is sin, beloved. Whip girl, great, phenomenal question. First and foremost, being out of alignment it is sin, but it's beautiful. See, in awareness, sin is beautiful. But you guys have to remember. Let me turn your lights on in case you don't know. Religion came from awareness. Awareness didn't come from religion. Don't ever get that confused. Let me say that one more time. Religion was born or birthed from self-awareness. Self-awareness did not come from religion. Let me qualify that just in case you're struggling with it. The people that wrote the Bible had a spiritual awakening. They were writing about their spiritual awakening the same way that some of you guys, the Queen Ellas and the Lynettas and the Reds and the Cefes, the same way that you guys have had a spiritual awakening. And you guys are writing books, right? And you guys are creating courses and you guys are doing things about your spiritual awakening. So 2,000 years from now, 1,000 years from now, they were talking about some lady named Lynetta and some man named Cefe and some lady named Red and Queen Ellas and all of these other things like that. But the point not to be missed is this. They were writing about their spiritual awakening, no more than yours. Their spiritual awakening wasn't any more special than what you are experiencing right now. And they were inspired, just like you. They were motivated, just like you. And they wanted to help people all over the world, just like you. And the beautiful thing about it is that at the time, it was uncontaminated. It was pure. It was real. It was coming from a place of unconditional love. And then guess what? Some people that were not awakened got a hold of the information. Ooh, we can make some money off of this. We can put this in a book. That's why the Bible is 66 different books combined. That's why it's not one book. It took 66 different sets of programming and conditioning to create the Bible. 66 people. So that's why this is so important for you to, well, Dad, it should be powerful. 66 people that put their brain on it. It should be powerful. But the point not to be missed is this. If I took me and Red and Cefe and Musa and T-Benz and Queen Ella and Lynetta and we all sat down to write a book, we're going to write the most powerful book in history. Look how much brain power is coming together. You see where I'm going with this? But the point not to be missed is that it was uncontaminated at the time, beloved. It was uncontaminated at the time. And there's some people that didn't have the spiritual awakening, just like some of the people that's walking around now, don't want to do the work. You want the results, but you don't want to do the work. But you have. Man, if you don't see what I'm saying to you right now, Whip girl, I know you see it, beloved. Whip girl, I'm not talking to you right now. Me and you over here. Y'all better see what I'm saying. Y'all better see what I'm saying. There's some people right now, you know I'm telling the truth, that then took my videos, Brock, come on, Brock. They took my videos, took my writings, took my teachings and they went and created whole other platforms. They writing books that they didn't copy from my book, all these teachings that they didn't copy to mine, videos that they didn't copy to mine, had the information from the videos transcribed, but they didn't do the work. They didn't put the work in. See, so all of the people that brought the Bible to us were not people that had the spiritual awakening themselves. They just like the people that make these fake profiles off of my profile. And then what they did was this: to be able to control what you consume. This is why you don't have a spiritual awakening from your Bible. Come on, man. I'm not disrespecting your Bible. The Bible is not the problem. It's not the Bible's fault. The Bible is like, I'm just holding what they allowed me to give you guys. What you mad at me for? See, all of the powerful teachings they kept for themselves. They didn't want you to have that. Let me tell you why they didn't want you to have it. Because when you have a spiritual awakening, you can't control that person. That person is no longer, they're in the world, but they're no longer of it. They're not caught up on material possessions. They're not chasing validation. You can't control and manipulate them. They see through you because they see through themselves. You can't just look that person in the face and lie to them. You can't do anything to the person that's spiritually awakened. You can't hurt that person because that person no longer bows to the world. They bow to God. So nothing you can do to them. So in order for, we're going to give them just enough. We're going to give them just enough. Not to have their spiritual awakening, not so that their spiritual awakening can come online. We're going to give them just enough to keep them coming back. Now, I didn't sit here. I've been on this platform for 2 years, and thousands of people have had a spiritual awakening under my coaching. You've been going to church for over 20 years. You ain't had one. Y'all speak my truth today. I said, I have given tens of thousands of people a spiritual awakening, and I've never been in the same room with these people. I ain't never been in the same room with Lynetta. I've never been in the same room with T. Benz. I've never been in the same room with Yvette. I've never been in the same room with Queen Ella. I've never been in the same room. I ain't never been in the same room with them. You in the same room with your pastor. To sit here and tell me I'm lying to you. You've been in the same room with your pastor Sunday after Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. You ain't had one spiritual awakening. I ain't saying nothing about catching the Holy Ghost and you falling all out the aisle. I know the difference between the two. I said a spiritual awakening. Well, you're not dealing with depression anymore. You're not dealing with fear anymore. You're not dealing with anxiety anymore, with your shadow anymore. You're not dealing with your trauma anymore. You know your program and the condition. You know why everything is showing up in your life. Sit here and tell me I'm lying to you. You got direct access to your pastor. You ain't got no access to me. You are infinitely more powerful with me than you ever have been with your pastor. I'm going to speak my truth today. Your pastor can't touch me. One more time, I don't care how you feel. I'm telling you what the truth is. Come on, Craig. We got to let him know, beloved. I'm talking about you. Do you know what? Man, do you know how powerful Red would be, and Brock would be, and Lynetta would be, and Letitia would be if we got to be in the same room? Y'all only getting 50% of me. I'm better on my feet than I am sitting down. I don't like sitting down because I'm animated. I'm a high energy person. I need to stand up when I talk. I had to master learning how to sit down and talk. I'm telling you, it was the hardest thing in the world. It was the hardest thing in the world. I be wanting to come up out this seat. I'm telling you now, if I could be in the same room with my students, man, all that love, and be in the same room with May and be in the same room with that, man, I'd go crazy. I'm talking about we're going to blow the roof off. Whatever the building we standing there, we're going to blow the roof off that bad boy. Yeah, if I could be in the room with Iris and Craig and Winnette and all of that, man, if Paulina, man, we like that with Neffy, just to be in y'all presence, just to see the look on y'all faces while we going, I'm stuck looking at the screen. I'm looking at me. I can't even see y'all. So my point that I'm making to you guys, beloved, again, I'm not disrespecting your religion. I'm not disrespecting the Bible. The Bible is not the problem. No one can get upset because of what they allowed in the book. The Bible is not the problem. I've never got to be in the same room with Tara. Never. For all she's been to me, and for all I've been for her, I've never got to be in. Quana, there she goes. She's been with me for damn near the longest. We ain't never got to be in the same room together. But you got direct access to your pastor. You in the same church with him, in the front row all the time. That's what I'm saying. Quana, what's up, beloved? So again, I'm not here to tear your religion down. I'm not here to tear the Bible down. This is not about any of that. I'm just telling you what most people won't tell you. I'm telling you how it really went down. Jesus was on the side of awareness, self-mastery, 5D consciousness, and emotional intelligence, period. He lived on this side of the road. Religion is over here. He spoke against this. He was not about this. He didn't want to have anything to do with this. Why? Because he understood that the people that, here's the thing. The people that originally had the spiritual awakening, that was able to write the Bible was written. See, let me tell you, here go the problem right here. Watch this, Craig. Watch this, Craig. Here go the problem right here, beloved. Here go the real problem right here. The reason why most people are really unable to understand the Bible and what they're really trying to say is because you're reading it from your programming and conditioning. You're not reading it through the filter of self-awareness. Once you become self-aware, come on, tell me if I'm lying. There's some people on here that know exactly what I'm saying. Once you become self-aware, once you start coaching with me, your Bible gonna take on a whole new meaning. It's gonna mean something completely different. You're gonna read your Bible and see things in your Bible that you didn't see before our paths crossed. Because you understand that the way that only the awakened person can understand what the Bible is saying. If you're not awakened, you won't understand it. Why? Because in your mind, you think that words are the truth. See, when the sage points at the moon, all the unawakened person can do is look at the finger. They're not looking at, let me say that one more time. When the sage points at the moon, the unawakened person is looking at their finger, not at what they're pointing at. And the same thing applies to the Bible, right? So people take that literally. They don't understand that it means something different than what they're saying. I'll give you a great example. Jesus walking on water. I'm just going to give you one example, and then we're going to move on from this. Jesus walking on water means that he had elevated his consciousness to such a degree, water being the metaphor for emotion, water meaning emotion. He walked on top of his emotions, right? He wasn't submerged in his emotions, meaning that he understood why they came. He understood what they meant. They no longer had the power to impact him negatively. He walked on water, meaning he walked on his emotions versus being submerged in them. You're submerged in your emotions. So when the depression shows up, it affects you. When the anxiety shows up, it affects you. When your pain shows up and the trauma shows up and your shadow shows up, it affects you. Let me tell you the problem. Boom. Let me tell you the problem. The unawakened person reads that part, and let me tell you what they hear. Ooh, Jesus could walk on water. I can't walk on water. And instantly they place Jesus on a pedestal above themselves, because in their mind, they think he's saying that he could literally walk on water. So they're saying, I can't walk on water in real life. I can't do that, but Jesus could. But that wasn't what he was saying. That wasn't what he was saying at all. He wasn't saying that. But when you're not self-aware, that's what you think he's saying. There was a man, and he was rowing his boat out in the middle of the ocean. And he saw Jesus. standing in the middle of the ocean. And the man yelled out to Jesus, "My Lord, if that's really you, tell me to come to you and I'll come." Jesus said, "Come." And the man got out of the boat and he walked across the water and walked straight up to Jesus. Let me tell you what that means. What that means is that when Jesus told him to walk across the water, again, the water's a metaphor in that moment, beloved. The man didn't literally walk across the ocean to go get to Jesus. He kept his faith while he moved toward Jesus. He kept his belief while he moved toward Jesus. He loved himself unconditionally and believed in himself as he moved toward Jesus. Jesus said, "Come." He came. He made it across because he didn't bow to fear. He didn't bow to doubt. He didn't bow to all of the outdated versions of himself. He didn't bow. The boat was a metaphor for an environment that he had already outgrown. He had outgrown that environment. He wanted to expand. He wanted to become more, just like you guys. Some of you guys are in the boat. Every time you doubt yourself, you put yourself back in the boat. Every time you don't speak your truth, you put yourself back in the boat. Every time you show up small in your life, you put yourself back in the boat. Every time you settle for less than you deserve, you put yourself back in the boat. So sometimes you make it onto the water, but the moment you start doubting yourself and you bow into fear, and you tolerate disrespect, you go right back to the boat. Or I don't know if I can become self-aware. I'm not enough. I'm not smart enough. You comparing yourself to other people, you put yourself back in the boat. The boat is just a metaphor for where you are right now. The water is a metaphor for where you want to go. You got to cross the water of self-awareness. You got to cross the water of self-mastery. You got to cross the water of emotional intelligence. All of these things require belief, faith, trust, loyalty to yourself. But if the unawakened person hears that, all they hear is that there was a man in the boat and he walked across the water and got to Jesus. He's better than me. Jesus is better than me. That's all they hear. They don't know what any of what that symbolized. You see the problem with that? Stephen, what's up, beloved? Y'all following me here? Y'all walking with me here? Are we learning anything? Miss Tia, what's up, beloved? So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm teaching you how to walk on water. But when I'm teaching you how to walk on water, that just means you walk above your emotion. Right? You walk above your pain. You walk above your trauma. You walk above the suffering. You walk above the shadow. I walk on water. Water is just a metaphor for your emotion. That's all that means. That part right there, Chef Lisa, that part right there, beloved, you just rise above, right? You just rise above. You just rise above. You're doing it now. You know, you're doing it now. Just with respect to showing up for yourself every day. Trina, what's up, beloved? You're doing it now. You know, and I talked about this yesterday. I'm gonna just say this real quick, and then we're gonna get back into this live. You know, but we talked about this yesterday. You know, what's important for us to understand. You know, in order for you to become a master of self, it's important for you to understand that you're not looking for a meaning to life. You are the meaning of life itself. That's something that you got to sit with, beloved. You got to sit with that. You got a vacation there. Like you really do, because that's the real start point to self-mastery. It's really self-mastery 101. You have to understand that. You know, again, you're not looking for the meaning to anything. You're really not looking for your purpose. You are the purpose. You're not looking for, coach, how do I discover my purpose? You're it, but just not the version of yourself that you are in this moment. There's work that we have to do, but you're already in possession of it. It's not something that we have to go and discover. It's something that you're already carrying, but it can't be unlocked until we do a certain amount of work. There's certain things that we have to do to unlock that version of you. But you're already in possession of that version of you, so you're already winning. It's like the kid that I tell you guys about, right? The kid's living in the house. And he's living in the house with his grandmother, and he loves his grandmother. Now, his grandmother's old. She's like 91 years old. But his grandmother has like $20 million buried underneath the house. No one knows that grandma has this money there because grandma's afraid of the bank. She doesn't trust the banks. So she kept the money in cash underneath her house. Jewels, gold, some cash, just like that. And then one day grandma dies. No note, no notice, nothing. She's gone. Now the kid's living in the house, but the kid's trying to figure out, well, how am I going to pay the bills? And I'm going to have to go get a job, and because grandma was taking care of everything. But what the kid doesn't understand is that he's already rich. There are certain things that his grandma told him that he would have to do. And when he did these things, there would be a note waiting for him. But in his mind, he's thinking that his grandma's poor. She doesn't have any money because grandma didn't dress fancy and she didn't wear, designer stuff. So the kid's thinking that grandma doesn't have anything, but some antiques and some fine china and simple things like that. The kid didn't know. So the kid took months. I'm talking about every day. He's procrastinating and making excuses and being lazy and not showing up and doing what he needs to do. And then one day he finally gets his life together and he does the things that his grandma wants him to do, but he doesn't know what that letter means. He doesn't know what the letter's pointing to. When he discovers the letter, he finds out that grandma told him exactly where she buried the treasure. He had been rich his entire life. He was always rich. He was always wealthy, but there were certain steps that he would have to take to discover that you're the kid. God has already buried the treasure in you. The treasure's already in you, but there's certain things that you have to do to unlock the treasure. Self-awareness, self-mastery, emotional intelligence, discipline, consistency, character, integrity. You won't know what the treasure is until it becomes unlocked. But you're already standing on top of it, just like the kid in the story. You're the kid in the story. But you're carrying the treasure. Can you imagine you sitting here eating top ramen every day, stressed out about how you're going to pay the bills, stressed out about how all he had to do was follow what his grandmother told him to do from the day one, and he would have been fine. A few days later, he would have had the money. It took him damn near a year to get to the money because he didn't think that grandma had anything for him. And that's how we move. We move just like the kid in the story, procrastinating and making excuses and showing up small. We don't want to do the work. We want the life. All of these, we no different. No different. But the treasure's already there. That part right there, Iris. That part right there. And you don't know how much the treasure is. That's what's crazy. You don't know, what the treasure. I had no idea that I ever had the potential or the power to become this version of myself. There's no way you could have sold me that. But there's no way you could have told the kid in the house that either. There's no way you could have sold me, Coach, what day you gonna be talking to people? There's no way you could have sold me that story. No way. I like that. All right, let's get busy getting busy. Janae, what's up, beloved? What's up, beloved? Wynette, I appreciate you. So one more time, let me go back to the beginning. There's a weight that comes with being the chosen one, beloved. There's a weight that comes with that. There's a weight that comes with being a chosen one. When God is ready to elevate you, he isolates you first. The isolation is not punishment. The isolation is preparation. How can he prepare you when you got all these external voices in your mind? All these voices in your mind, written space for free. Millie, what's up, beloved? So one more time, and the reason why he isolates you, because if you're too connected to people, too focused on external validation and needing people to choose you, you'll miss his voice. I couldn't hear his voice for the longest because I was surrounded by too many people. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. And some of you guys are in that same boat. There's so many people around you that you don't know whose voice you're hearing. Everybody has an opinion about how you should be living and what you should be doing, and everybody's got some opinion. But you should never accept the opinions of people that haven't been where you're trying to go. That has to be your new mindset. If you haven't been, I appreciate your opinion, but if you haven't been where I'm trying to go, then your opinion doesn't carry value to me. Now, if you've been where I'm trying to go, I'm listening to you all day. If you are truly a chosen one, God's voice has to be the loudest thing in your life. Where God is taking you, there can be no unnecessary weight. Some of you guys are struggling because you're trying to keep things in your life that God never assigned to your destiny. You're struggling because you're trying to keep things in your life currently that God never assigned to your destiny. You're holding on to relationships that are too heavy. You have some people in your life that take more value away from you than they add. You have friends in your life that only have the ability to remind you of who you used to be, not who you're becoming. Let me give that some context just to show you how much that's hurting you. Let me put that in the right context. I want you to imagine that you have this friend and you love this friend. And your friend had been struggling with alcohol for years. And finally, they've gotten clean now. They've been clean for 10 months. Now, 10 months may not be a long time for you, but it's a long time for them. And so this friend wants to start hanging out with you again. And every time they hang out with you, you take them straight to the bar. Not to the coffee shop, not out to a nice meal, not out to go do something in nature. You taking it to the bar because you don't struggle with it. But they do. That's the most dangerous thing you can do for that person in that moment, because you're doing something that reminds them of who they used to be. So when you surround yourself with people that can only reflect who you were, it's the equivalent of you hanging out with your best friend that's trying to heal and trying to get sober, and you taking them to the bar every time y'all hang out. Not some of the time, every time. At some point in time, they're gonna want to stop hanging out with you. Right? At some point in time. And again, don't hang on to the metaphor too tight, you guys, because if you do, you miss the point. I'm just giving you guys I'm just trying to paint this in a different picture. We talk in words, but we think in pictures, right? I'm just trying to paint a portrait just to give it context so you guys can really understand how dangerous it is. And that doesn't make them that doesn't make you a bad person, because you don't struggle with that. It's not a struggle for you at all, but you're not having the empathy and the compassion for what that person is trying to do. Same thing applies to your friends. When they can only remind you of who you used to be, and they can't reflect who you're becoming, how are you going to grow? See, I tell people this all the time. Disconnect doesn't have to equal dislike. Because I disconnect from you doesn't have to mean that I dislike you. I can detach myself from you just long enough to get to where I'm trying to go, and then I can reconnect with you again later down the road. Let me say that again. Disconnect doesn't have to always equal dislike. You have to know what's best for you right now. So just because you have to detach yourself from certain people, it doesn't make them bad and it doesn't make you bad. It just means you understand how important where you are going is. Right? Nicole, I see you, beloved. We struggle in life because we settle for less than we deserve. Let's just have a spirit to spirit conversation here. We struggle in life because we settle for less than we deserve. We settle for good when great was an option that was available to us as well. We'll settle for 10 reps at the gym when the 11th rep was also available to us. And then we wonder why we don't have, what we need in life. You can't settle for good when great was also available and expect to become great. See, so many of us are suffering because you're trying to build something physical first. Whether that's some business, a book, maybe a digital course. You're trying to build something physical first. But what you have to understand from an awareness perspective, everything is energy. There is nothing physical. Everything is energy. Well, what does that mean, coach? I've got to build it in my mind first. Because everything in awareness gets created twice. It has to be created in my mind first before it shows up in my physical reality. Some of you guys are doing it in the opposite direction. You're trying to build the thing first, and you haven't built the mindset first. I'll give you a great example of what I'm saying. I want you to imagine that you walk into your bathroom, and it's a fine day. There's no problems. You walk in the bathroom, you turn on the light, and you look in the mirror, and there's a string running across your face. Well, in that moment, in order to remove the string, you don't try to remove it from the version of yourself that's showing up in the mirror. Because the version of you that's showing up in the mirror is only reflecting the string. They are not the source of the string. The change needs to happen to the source, not to what's in the mirror. But the moment that I take the string off of me, the source, I simultaneously take it off of the version of myself that's showing up in the mirror. That's how reality works. If I don't build the mansion in my mind, If I don't build the kingdom and the empire in my mind, I will never experience it in my physical reality. If I don't become the lion in my mind, I'll never experience that lion level lifestyle in my physical reality. And as I'm building that kingdom in my mind, there can be no procrastination in the kingdom. There can be no showing up small in the kingdom. There can be no excuses in the kingdom. There can be no versions of you that tolerate disrespect in the kingdom. God is saying, build the kingdom in your mind, and I will give it to you in the physical reality. But if you try to build it in the physical reality, you're trying to build the kingdom in the physical reality, but you have a studio apartment mindset. It doesn't match. You've got the vision board, but the mindset that you're operating from right now doesn't match the mindset that's going to manifest what's on the vision board. You've got the goals and dreams, but the version of you that created the goals and dreams is not the same version of you that can fulfill it. And so your job, you're suffering right now. I don't have to know your name to know this. You're suffering right now. You're struggling right now because you're trying to build the thing first before you build you. When I build me, see, because I can build me as powerful as I want. Mindset, elite. Self-discipline, elite. Self-respect, elite. Character and integrity, elite. Self-love, elite. Self-mastery, elite. When I become elite mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, my life becomes elite as well. But I can't expect to live an elite level lifestyle if I have a mediocre mindset. And that's what we're doing. Coach, I want the Ferrari, but you don't have the Ferrari mindset. Coach, I want $1 million, but you don't have the $1 million mindset. You don't have the mindset to go with what you want. And that's what God is saying. I've got to build it here first. Because if I don't build it here first, I'll never experience what I'm not willing to become. I have to become the thing first. And the moment I become it, God will give it to me. I will attract it. I will manifest it. But I will never manifest what I'm not willing to become. I appreciate the gifts, you guys. Thank you for that, beloved. I'm telling you right now, if you're struggling, if you can't figure it out, I'm telling you right now, see, I don't need my partner to love me. I need to become love first. I don't need my partner to respect me. I need to become respect first. I don't need my partner to believe in me. I need to become belief first. I need to become everything that I want someone else to believe in me, to give me, excuse me. Whatever it is that I want someone else to give me, I need to become that first. You want your dream partner? Become the dream partner for yourself first. You want the dream life? Build the dream life in your mind first. Whatever it is you want, you have to become the thing first, or you ain't gonna ever get it, beloved. We talk about this all the time. The version of you that receives the call and the version of you that can fulfill it are two completely different versions of you. The version of you that God hands your assignment and the version of you that can fulfill it are two completely different versions. And this is why most people never become the most powerful version of themselves. Because you try to build the call, step into your purpose with the same version of you that received the call. And they're two completely different versions. The version of you that created your vision board is not the same version of you that can fulfill it. The mindset that created your goals is not the mindset that can fulfill it. Doesn't make you a bad person. It just means there's something that you have to become that you're not currently being right now. The version of you that daydreams on social media about this lifestyle that you want is not the version of you that can fulfill it. It's the version of you that sees it, but it's not the one that can carry out what's needed to complete it. I've got to become something different to have something different. I've got to think different to have different. I got to become more to have more. But God will never give me what I'm not willing to become. Because he's saying you don't even mess with you like that. All you had to do was become disciplined. You don't want to do it. All you had to do was let go of your excuses. You don't want to do it. All you had to do was walk away from everything you doing in the dark when no one else is watching. You don't want to do it. But you want the life. But we don't want to put in the work. That's why most people aren't successful, not because opportunities aren't available, because you're not willing to transform yourself into the thing that's going to manifest the opportunity. There's two different versions of you. The version of me right now that says, "Ooh, I want a Rolls Royce," is not the version of me that's capable of achieving it. I got to become something different. My mindset has to become Rolls Royce before I ever touch the steering wheel, or I won't never have it. This is why people who, let me qualify it. Let me qualify what I'm saying. This is why people who win the lottery lose the money, because that person wins $300 million, hit the jackpot, but they got $1,000 mindset. And so what's going to happen is that they will eventually lose all of those lottery winnings, and they'll come right back to what their financial thermostat is set at. Because every person on this live stream has a financial thermostat. What's your financial thermostat? Your financial thermostat is the maximum amount of money that you have ever made at one time. Whether that was 10,000, 1,000, 5,000, 1 million, it doesn't matter what the number is. We all have a different financial thermostat. Whatever your financial thermostat is set at, that's the amount of money that you attract into your life. That's the type of money that you bring into your life. And you'll never exceed what your financial thermostat is set at until you change you. And so you might have $1 million life on your vision board, but your financial thermostat is set to $10,000. You'll never achieve that life. No matter how much you pray, no matter how much you hope, no matter how much you wish, no matter how many books you read, you're not going to get that life. Not because you don't deserve it, but because your financial thermostat doesn't match that. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost the live to your stories, please. If you haven't already done so, share or repost the live to your stories, please, if you haven't already done so. Again, build the mansion in your mind first. Build the kingdom in your mind first. All of your struggling, all of your suffering is coming. All of the roadblocks and pitfalls and everything that you keep hitting is coming because you're trying to build the thing in the physical first before you build the mindset that can achieve that thing. And that's what's hurting you, beloved. Self-awareness, beloved. Self-awareness, self-mastery, because once you become self-aware in a master of self, then what you're going to understand is that whatever that thing that I'm going after, let's just say a business on, let's just say I'm going to open a luxury car dealership, or I'm going to open my own janitorial business, or I'm going to open a barber shop, or whatever your thing is that you're getting ready to open. I'm getting ready to become a subject matter expert. I'm getting ready to push everybody out of my life. And I'm getting ready to spend all day long becoming a subject matter. See, you can become number one at anything you want. You can become number one at anything you want. I do it all the time. I'm getting ready to sit here and become a subject matter expert. All things barbershop, all things nail salon, all things I'm going to fully understand it. And then I'm going to pay somebody to sit and mentor me that already has a barbershop, that already has the nail salon, that already has the car wash, that already has the fill, whatever the thing is. I'm going to literally pay somebody that's already doing the thing, not somebody in my territory, because I don't want that person to think I'm a threat to them. Somebody way on the other side of town. I'm going to pay that person to mentor me. Tell me all of the things that you did in the beginning that you didn't need to do. What mistakes, what pitfalls did you hit? What equipment did you purchase that at the end of the day, you really don't even need that equipment, right? What are some things that I need to know? What would you do differently if you were starting over right now? These are the type of questions that you want to ask that person. What's your value stream? The value stream means that from the value that your business creates and how you get that value to the end user. What's your value stream look like? How long does it take you to get your product or your service to your customer, right? All of these things, like these are all the things that I want to know. Before I start the business, before I get on the phone and get to telling a whole bunch of people about what I'm doing. See, I should be, whatever you tell me you do, let's just say you say, I'm gonna keep something simple, a barber shop. Let's just say a barbershop is what you want to do. Okay, wonderful. I'm going to every barbershop convention. I said I'm going to all of them. I said I'm going to some of them. I don't give a damn what city it's in. I'm going to every single barbershop convention there is. I want to be in the room with real barbers, people doing the thing. I want to know what the best chairs are. What are the best cleaning products for the barbers, right? What are the best razors to use? What's the best? I want to know what the best of everything is, right? This is what I'm saying with respect to becoming a subject matter expert with that thing that you do. And so now I'm studying. I don't want to be around people. I don't want to talk about construction if I'm sitting ready here, getting ready to go open my barbershop. I don't want to talk about celebrities if I'm getting ready. I want everything in my mind to be barbershop. This is what I think about from the time I get up to the time I go to sleep. That's all I'm locked in on. That's all I'm locked in on. And then I'm going to go to certain barbershops and I'm going to just watch. I'm not going to tell them what I'm doing. I'm just observing. I want to see, how do they treat their customers? Oh, I like how they treat their customer. I'm taking a page out this person's book. I go to this barbershop over here. I sit and I watch them. I'm just going to act like I'm getting ready to go get a haircut or whatever the case may be. I'm just sitting here hanging out. But I'm watching. I'm studying right now. I'm getting to see in real time how this is working. Oh, how they treat their customers, that wasn't cool. The wait time here, that wasn't cool. There's not enough entertainment in here. There's not enough energy in here. There's not enough feeling. But I'm studying. And then what I'm going to do is find the top 5 barbershops in my area. And my barbershop is going to be a culmination or the culmination of every barbershop in the area. But mine is going to be the best. I'm taking a page out of each barbershop's book. What's that one thing they do better than the other barbershop? And then my barbershop is going to be all those things combined. That's how you win the game. That's how you win the game. That's how you win the game. See, that's the problem. We're too busy trying to recreate the wheel. Now, you don't recreate the wheel. Why would you do that when there's already so many examples for you to follow? You just follow the examples that are already there. There are examples all around you. Your ego tells you, I'm gonna do it different, and I'm gonna start it this way, and I'm gonna do mine like that. Now you're gonna lose the game, man. You're gonna lose all kind of money. You're gonna fumble your little savings and your 401k trying to be unique and be different. No, go off what works. If those people are successful, why would you change the formula? Just make it make sense. Why would you change the formula if the people that's doing what you try, if the people that are already doing what you try to do is doing it and it's working, why would you change the formula? Yeah, Still Like an Artist is probably one of the best books ever written. I'm telling you now, people have no idea. It's the easiest thing in the world. Yeah, don't change it if it's working. Don't change it. It's called Still Like an Artist. It's called Still Like an Artist. You'd be blown away. Still Like an Artist is a book that was written. It's really old, but it's a book that was written a long time ago, and it just talks about how much you would be blown away. You would be blown away at how many of your favorite companies have modeled someone else. Right. So many of your favorite companies have just modeled what somebody else did. They took what somebody else was doing and they just added, a thing here or a thing there. And before you know it, they created a whole different version of something that was already there. And it's been happening like that since the beginning of the time. Still Like an Artist I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you read that book, Still Like an Artist, it's gonna change your whole mindset. You can be like, oh, I've been working too hard. I'm thinking too much. I just need to model. It's called modeling. Modeling is just you looking at something that's already working. You looking at something or someone that's already doing the thing that you want to do, and you just model what that person has done. There's nothing unique, beloved. Everything has already been created. Think about it. One person created the plane. Now we got thousands of planes. One person created the car. Now we got thousands of cars. One person created the first house. Now we got thousands of houses. I mean, millions of them actually. Just think about what I'm saying. So why you gonna go and work? It's hard. No, just model what's already working. Do me a favor real quick. You guys share it or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Yeah, Still Like an Artist, I believe is the name of the book. It's been so long ago, you guys. Don't quote me on that, but I know that's the name of the book is Still Like an Artist. But it's going to blow you away how many people. I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that Netflix was around before Google. If I were to ask you, Chris, I appreciate you, beloved. If I were to ask you who came first, Netflix or Google, you would say Google. But that's not true. Netflix came online first. And, but here's the problem. Netflix, they were such visionaries at the time that they were almost too ahead of their time, right? They were almost too ahead of their time. So once Google came online, Google became everything for us, right? But Netflix was already there. And then Google blew up. And then Netflix still stayed in the shadow. And a lot of people were calling Netflix a failure and all of these other things like that. But they weren't failures. They were just visionaries. And, the point not to be missed is, when you're creating something, I'm just going to tell you this right now. Let me just burst your little bubble. When you're creating something new, if you're not willing to give that thing 3 to 5 years without you making any money, don't do it. Just get your 9 to 5. Get out of that microwave mindset where you think things are just going to happen overnight for you. If you are not willing to build out your product or service and give it 3 to 5 years without you making any money, don't do it. Because that's how long it's going to take to really get your thing out there to the world. Now, don't get me wrong. There are those, unicorn type situations where somebody comes in and they start making money overnight type thing. But those are outliers, beloved. It's rare that happens. You've got to be willing to dive into this thing. This is why we say this all the time. There's 2 types of goals in the world: goals created out of inspiration, goals created out of desperation. If you're creating your goal from a place of desperation meaning that you just need to make money right now. You're trying to make money right now. It's all about money, money, money. You have some bill, something, you tired of being broke, tired of being poor. You're doing it for that. You're going to run out of gasoline. Before that thing ever becomes something, you're going to run out of gasoline, because the temptation to quit always comes right before we succeed. Right before that thing blows up, you're going to end up quitting. You're going to end up quitting. So I understood that. See, when I created Mindset Masters, I'm not doing it for money. Chris, I appreciate you, beloved. I appreciate that. I'm not doing it for money, right? So whether it takes a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, I'm good with that, because I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it for love. I'm doing it from a place of love, right? It's not about money. And so I'm not in a hurry for it. I don't need it to pay certain bills, right? I don't need it to do anything for me, to take care of me, to put food on the table and all this stuff. Some of you guys are creating a business and then you turn right around and put all this pressure on the business, because now you need this business to pay your bills, because you took the last money that you had, emptied your savings, emptied your 401k, and then in your mind you're thinking, now I need this business to pay my bills. It doesn't work that way, beloved. You're going to cripple the business. See, businesses happen in 4 phases. Phase number 1 is the infancy stage. Phase number 2 is your maturity phase. Phase number 3 is your growth phase. That's where you want to be. And then phase number 4 is your decline phase. Amazon is in their growth phase. Google is in their growth phase. Walmart is in their growth phase, right? What you don't want to do is hit that decline phase, because once you hit the decline phase, chances are You never come back. Let me give you a great example of a business that's in their decline phase. Target. What did Target do? They made a mistake. And when they made the mistake, it threw them into the decline phase, right? And so, and they may never recover from that. And they're losing millions, if not billions of dollars a day because of that one mistake that they made. So, it's important. That part right there, Joseph, that's another good one. Red Lobster, decline phase. Arby's, decline phase. These are businesses that want Jack in the Box, decline phase. So McDonald's, growth phase. Burger King is even in the decline phase. They're just not what they once used to be, right? So Kmart, yeah, exactly, beloved. Kmart, Payless, shoe stores, these are all places that are just in that decline phase. I don't know how I got over here, but let me, yeah, a lot of malls, beloved, a lot of malls are in their decline phase because of online shopping has kind of replaced, Oh, Whip Girl, absolutely, beloved, absolutely. Yeah, Steak and Shakers, yeah, absolutely. So again, going back to my original point. You can't build it. That part right there, Brock. That part right there, the Sears, of the world. They're all in that decline phase. And which is where you don't want to be. Again, the 4 phases of your business is going to be the infancy stage, which is where a lot of you guys may be right now. Your growth phase, your maturity phase, and then your decline phase. And actually, I didn't say that accurately. Amazon is in the maturity phase. Walmart is maturity phase. Google maturity phase. They are what they are. The maturity phase just means that your business is what it is. The world knows what it is. You know what it is. There's a certain level of integrity with respect to Pepsi maturity phase, Coke maturity phase, the NBA maturity phase, NFL maturity phase. These businesses, you just know what they are. You know exactly what you're going to get. The product is always amazing. And so they're not in a growth phase. I mistook when I didn't say that accurately. They're in their maturity phase, and that's what makes it great. All right. Okay. One thing about being the chosen one. Yeah, Scar. I'm glad you threw that out there because again, whatever you guys are going to do, again, you have to build it in your mind first. That's no matter what you're doing, right? You got to build it here first. And again, when you build the mansion in your mind, even if you don't want a mansion in reality, right? You're building the mansion in your mind. You're building the kingdom in your mind. There can be no procrastination in the kingdom. There can be no excuses in the kingdom. There can be no outdated versions of yourself in the kingdom. There can be, because whatever you allow in the kingdom here, you're allowing in the kingdom that's going to show up in your physical reality. Whatever you would tolerate here is going to show up here. See, when you abandon yourself, the person that's in your physical reality is going to abandon you. When you disrespect yourself through your own self-talk, you're going to be disrespected out here, right? This is why those things happen. Everything that happens in your external world is only a reflection of something that you allow in your internal world. That's all it is. See, because the relationship with ourselves is toxic because we haven't healed, we still got wounds, we still have trauma, we still have fill in the blank. The relationship with the person is going to be toxic. How can you have a healthy relationship with them if the relationship with yourself is unhealthy? Just do the math on that. Tell me, how can you possibly have a healthy relationship with someone in your external if the relationship in your internal is unhealthy? Unhealthy meaning you still haven't healed. Unhealthy meaning you still are dealing with your trauma. Unhealthy meaning you still are dealing with your shadow, your pain, the identity you built around your pain. How can you possibly do it? How can you experience something in your external world that you're not experiencing in your internal world? And your internal world is what creates your external world. So that's what we miss in here. That's why awareness is so important. That's really why it's so important, beloved. It's the most important thing in the world. I don't fight with what's in my external reality, because I understand that whatever's happening in my external reality is only a reflection of what's happening in my internal reality. I got to go to work on me. There's something in me that needs to change, and then it's going to change out here. See, the toxic relationship changes the moment that you stop accepting less than you deserve. The toxic relationship changes is the moment you stop tolerating the disrespect. The toxic relationship changes the moment you start speaking your truth and you stop showing up small. It's over with in that moment. I don't even need to talk to the person. I need to change me. I don't need to sit here and fight with the person. There's certain things that I need to stop accepting. I need to stop allowing. I need to stop normalizing. When I stop it in me, I simultaneously stop it out here. That's what I'm saying. But whatever you allow here, you're going to experience in your external reality. See, when you're not consistent with yourself, you won't mind when other people aren't consistent. When you don't love yourself unconditionally, you won't mind when other people don't do it. When you don't always speak your truth, you allow other people to get away with the little white lies that they tell. See, this is what I'm saying. Whatever you allow here, you're going to experience here. What's up, Morocco? You said some hurts in life are difficult to recover from. That's a powerful story, beloved. That's a powerful story. That's a powerful belief. That's not even a story. That's a powerful belief that you're carrying, because that belief is creating the very experience that you don't want to, that you're trying to resist. I'll give you a great example of what I'm saying. We talked about this before, but it bears repeating. If I hold up this finger and I ask you, what is this? You're going to say, Coach, it's your index finger. And then if I ask you, what direction is it pointing in? You're going to say it's pointing up. And then if I ask you, what number is this? You're going to say it's the number 1. And here's the point not to be missed. The content never changed. The context did. This one thing went from being an index finger to a number 1 to something that points up. The meaning changed, but the context, but the content didn't. And it's so important for this to understand that this is a metaphor for reality. This is a metaphor for reality. It's neutral. It can mean anything you want it to mean, just like your past, just like your pain, just like the stories you tell yourself about what broke you and who hurt you. The meaning to those things comes from you. It doesn't come from the thing. So what's hurting you is not the thing. What's hurting you is the meaning that you assign to it, which means that the enemy in your life is you, not the things outside of you, because meaning comes from you. Nothing in your life is coming with the built-in meaning. So what's hurting you is the one that's dishing out the meaning, not the thing itself. Come on, beloved, you got to turn your awareness up. You got to turn your awareness up. So when you say things like, oh, well, it's difficult to get over something that hurts you in your external reality. But why is it difficult when the meaning comes from you? How is it difficult when the meaning comes from you? This could mean number one. This could mean up. This could mean index finger. It could mean multiple other things. It's only going to mean what I say it means. This is neutral, like your life. Your life is neutral. Your life does not come with some predefined, predetermined meaning. You give meaning to it because you are meaning itself. You are meaning itself. You get to determine what everything in your life means to you. Now, you can give a meaning to something that's going to cripple you, or you can give meaning to something that's going to empower you, but the meaning comes from you. Period. That's how you know whether you're awakened or not. Awakened people don't give a negative meaning to something while simultaneously hurting themselves. They're just not going to do it. Not when I get to control what things mean to me. I can make up any meaning I want. You used to do that as a kid. Your imagination was so vivid as a kid. You would imagine all kinds of things. So the same way that you could imagine the worst case scenario is the same way you could imagine the best. The same way that you can imagine that things didn't go the way that you wanted. See, let me tell you how you heal your childhood trauma. Let me tell you how you heal your childhood trauma. The version of you that got hurt. See, the reason why you suffer is because your mind is still trapped in where your trauma happened. Your mind is still trapped in where your pain happened. So how do I heal my childhood trauma? I heal my childhood trauma by giving that child version of me everything that I wanted them to experience, but didn't. What didn't they receive? The version of you that got hurt during your childhood or even during adulthood, what did that version of you receive that they wanted to receive? What didn't they receive? Did they not get love? Did they not get acceptance? Were they rejected? Were they disrespected? Whatever that version of you didn't receive, this version of you has to give it to yourself right now. That's how you heal your childhood trauma. This version of you has to give yourself everything that that version of you didn't receive. Joanna, what's up, beloved? So this is how you heal the radio called you. You're like a radio. This is how you heal that radio. Whatever that version of you didn't receive, because that's what that version of you has been waiting for in order for it to be released. In order for that version of you to be released, you've got to give yourself the love, the recognition, the acceptance, the validation, the whatever it is that you didn't get during that time period. Something you didn't receive, something was taken away from you, whatever happened during that time period, this version of you has to give yourself that because your mind is still trapped during that time period where your trauma happened, your pain happened, the suffering happened, what broke you happened. Your mind is still stuck during that time period. This is why you can't move forward. Yeah, so it's love is the only thing that can heal that. You can't heal it, but let me tell you what you've been doing. You've been trying to heal that by adding things to your life. Adult content, you've been trying to heal it that way. Add a new person, you've been trying to heal it that way. Promotion at your job, you've been trying to heal it that way. New house, new car, new purse, new bag, you've been trying to heal it that way. You've been trying to heal it from an external perspective, but you can't solve your internal problems from an external perspective. You have to solve your internal problems from an internal perspective. You have to look at everything that version of you didn't receive, and you have to give that to yourself right now, unapologetically. Yeah, your trauma needs you. Let me say it this way. You belong to you before you belong to anyone else. Don't ever get that confused. That's one of the biggest mistakes we make. You belong to you before you belong to anyone else. You belong to God before you belong to anyone else, period. There's certain things that I need to give me first before I can give you anything. You get what's in the saucer. I need what's in the cup. You can have what's in the saucer all day long. I need what's in the cup. Because the moment that cup begins to lower, meaning I'm not respecting myself, I'm not loving myself, it's going to show up in my 3D reality. See, we suffer in life because you give people what's in the cup, not what's in the saucer, because it's not for most people, there's nothing in the saucer. The cup's not running over because you're not giving yourself the love and the respect and showing up for you and the consistency and all of these. We don't show up for ourselves like that because we're too busy being what everyone else needs us to be. That part right there, what girl? That part right there, beloved. That part right there, and then we take this empty cup and we jump smooth in a relationship with someone else. We're gonna call them toxic for reflecting what's missing in our cup. Make that make sense. One more time, you're gonna take this half-filled cup, jump smooth in a relationship with a whole other person, and here's the thing: because your cup was half empty, their cup was half empty too. You're not going to be having half empty cup and then attract someone with their cup filled. You ain't going to, it'll never happen that way. God won't even let it happen that way. So because your cup was half filled, their cup is half filled as well. So now you got two half empty cups trying to make a whole cup that we call a life. And then when that person can't be what you need them to be for you, because you haven't mastered the ability to be it for yourself, you're going to call them toxic. They couldn't show up for me. They couldn't show up for themselves. They couldn't love me the way I wanted to be loved, coach. Well, you couldn't do it for yourself. They weren't consistent, coach. Well, you weren't consistent for yourself. You weren't those things before you met the person. Why do you think you would attract something into your life that you couldn't be for yourself? That part right there, we attract from our wounds, beloved. You don't attract from your wants. You attract from your wounds. You attract the person that's going to help you heal the most. That's what you attract from. Every person that you attract into your life is an energetic match for a wound that you need to heal. We talk about this all the time. There's only two L's in life. When you meet a person, you're either going to receive love from that person or you're going to receive a lesson. If you haven't healed, that means you have a lesson coming. Here's why you suffer: because you tried to turn the lesson into a lifetime. You tried to turn the lesson into something long-term. And the moment that lesson started disrespecting you, the lesson had already been learned. The moment that lesson stopped showing up for you, the lesson had already been learned. The moment that lesson became verbally abusive, the lesson had already been learned. It was time to let go of the lesson. You had learned everything you needed to learn. Truth is knocking at the door. That part right there, Tara, that part right there, beloved, that part right there. Yeah, you got to push them off the elevator. It's time for them to get off the elevator. They didn't talk to you the lesson on it. Craig, I see you, beloved. See, when you're a chosen one, you're held to a higher standard. As a chosen one, very few people can handle your elevation. Some of you guys are in that situation right now. You have a person in your life that can't handle your elevation, beloved. They can't handle your elevation. See, some people can't love you past the version of you that you were when you originally met them. Let me say that one more time. Some people can't handle you beyond the version of yourself that you were when you originally met the person. They can't love you beyond that. They can only love the version of you that was on their level. You then became something totally different now. But the moment you started to evolve, they fell off. Not because something was wrong. They fell off because they are not built to go where God is taking you. It doesn't make them good or bad. Here's the truth. God is taking you somewhere great. Or let me say it this way. When God is taking you somewhere great, he will strip away anything that can sabotage your destiny. I'm going to tell you how your father moves, just in case you don't know. He's going to strip away. I don't give a damn what title they carry. It could be a friend, it could be a parent, it could be a cousin, it could be a brother or sister. Anyone who could even potentially sabotage your destiny, he removing the person. See, when God puts you in a season of isolation, he does that because he's trying to teach you how to walk alone so that you no longer need people to validate what he's already declared. Let me say that one more time. When God puts you in a state of isolation, he does that because he's trying to teach you how to walk alone so that you no longer need people to validate what he's already declared. He's already stamped you. So I don't need somebody else to validate me. You don't know where I'm going. Why would I need your external validation and you have no idea who I'm becoming? You have no idea about where I'm going. You don't know where you're going. So why would I need your validation? You ain't figured out where you're trying to go in life yet. Most people that you are seeking validation from, beloved, don't know who they are as of yet. We sitting here all upset and frustrated and unhappy because somebody doesn't validate you or don't believe in you. The person don't know themselves that deeply. See, and your job is to stop mourning who left and to start praising God for what he is about to do in your life. That's what's important, man. Stop mourning who left and start focusing on what God is getting ready to do in your life. See, I'm going to tell you something that you don't know. Let's take the elevator up a few floors here. Your breaking is not your ending. Your breaking is the beginning. You got to change your mindset. Your breaking is not the ending. Your breaking is the beginning. Your pain, your trauma is not where life ended. It's where life is getting ready to begin. And it may have taken you 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50. It may have taken you that long to get here. But man, your life is getting ready to start. It's just now getting ready to start. It's just now getting ready to start. So your breaking was not the ending. Your breaking is the beginning. So you need to change that filter that you're looking at your trauma and your pain and your suffering, and you need to change the filter. Life is getting ready to get great for you. What you talking about? Man, we just get to the party. All them outdated versions of myself can't hold a candle to me. You still on the opposite side of your pain, beloved. That's why it's hurting you right now. I'm on. See, this is why God has me in your life. I'm standing on one side of the pain. You standing on the other. And I'm saying to you that once you get on this side, my pain was no different than yours, beloved. My trauma was no different than yours. We all suffer. We understand that suffering is the same, right? It's universal. Pain is universal. We ain't caught that yet. That everybody experiences it. We ain't caught that yet. That there's a reason. There's not a thing on this planet that doesn't go through that. That doesn't go through that radical transformation. We ain't caught the news yet. The dragonfly goes through it. The caterpillar goes through it. The tree goes through it. The gazelle goes through it. The crocodile goes through it. Everything goes through some breaking point. Everything goes through some transformation to become something different. If that caterpillar could speak, it would say, "Why are you doing this to me? Why are you hurting me? Why I gotta suffer like this?" That's what it would say. It would literally think that. Now I'll stay the caterpillar version of me. I don't want to go through all of that. That's what it would say, because it has no idea what it's getting ready to become on the other side. Has no idea. I'm telling you now, if that caterpillar could think, and not only that, if that caterpillar could make the decision on its own, I'm gonna stay the caterpillar version of me. I'm gonna just keep being the caterpillar. I don't want to put in the work. I don't want to go through the transformation. Has no idea what it's getting ready to give up. Has no idea what it's getting ready to give up. No idea. That's how, but we sit here laughing. We ain't no different. We sit here fighting the discipline and fighting the character and fighting putting in the work and fighting with the consistency and fighting showing up and fighting to be the most. We sit here fighting all of the things that's trying to transform us into the butterfly version of ourselves as well. What makes us any different? We sit here doing it. What makes us any different? We doing the same thing. John, I appreciate you, beloved. I'm just saying what makes us any different. The difference with us is that we have the option. The caterpillar doesn't have the option. The transformation is automatic with the caterpillar. But it doesn't, but when it comes to us, we have the option. And we talked about this before. It's the option that does the damage to us, nothing else. We have an option. We can become the butterfly or we can remain the caterpillar version of ourselves. You got caterpillars everywhere. Very few butterflies walking around right now. Very few butterflies. That just being a metaphor for people that are awakened. Very few. Caterpillars everywhere. Caterpillars everywhere. And I'm going to tell you what's worse. All of the caterpillars that's walking around right now will tell you that they're the butterfly already. Will argue you down. Right there in the mall, right there in the Starbucks. Will argue you down right there in the church. I'm already the caterpillar. I'm already the butterfly. I don't need to change. They'll tell you that right now. And they believe it. They're not telling you to it because they're just trying to lie to you. They're telling that to you because they genuinely believe it. Glow up, I see you, beloved. They genuinely believe it. They believe it with their whole chest. See, here's the truth, beloved. The very thing you thought would destroy you is the very thing that God was using to build you. Change the filter. The very thing that you thought would destroy you is the very thing that God is using to build you. Beloved, he ain't building you through your birthday parties. He's not building you through the baby showers. He's not building you through the promotions that you got at work. He's not building you through those moments when you held up the certificate because you graduated from some university. He can't build you through that. He's building you through the pain. He's building you through your trauma. He's building you through the suffering. He's building you through everything you've experienced leading up to this moment. That's what he's using to build you. So one more time, the very thing that you thought would destroy you is what God's using to build you. I'm going to give you the rawest truth on the planet. You want the rawest truth on the planet? Let me give it to you right now. God doesn't use people that haven't been tested. If you have not been tested, he won't use you. He doesn't elevate people who haven't been crushed. If you haven't been crushed, he's not going to elevate you. He doesn't send out warriors who haven't first been wounded. That's what makes you powerful. I've been wounded already, and I ain't lost faith in him. And this is what I say to you guys. I coach from my wounds. That's what makes me strong. I'm battle tested. That's what makes me strong. He like, I put my son through the ringer. He's still standing here. He didn't been through trauma, still standing here. He's stronger now than he ever was before he went through the experience. No, I needed that. Matter of fact, I need 3 or 4 more experiences that I didn't get to have. Because I'm saying, damn, if I became this powerful with everything I experienced, you could have sprinkled a few more things in there. Knowing what I know now. I'm telling you, you guys. See, before God can trust you with the promise, he has to prepare you for the weight of it. Before God can trust you with the promise, he has to prepare you for the weight of it. Your pain prepared you for the weight of it. Your trauma prepared you for the weight of it. The abandonment and the failed relationships and the heartbreak and everything that happened to you during your childhood prepared you for the weight of the promise. Before God can trust you with the promise, he has to prepare you for the weight of it. I'm going to give you the best example, one of the best examples in the world. I'm going to give you one of the best examples in the world that will tie this all together for you in a way that you won't be able to miss. One of the best examples in the world. I want you to picture in your mind's eye the most beautiful diamond you've ever seen. Get that image in your mind right now. Clear the problems out of your mind. Clear what's wrong with your life out of your mind. Just empty your mind real quick. Put that diamond there. I want you to see that diamond in your mind. Hold it there. Hold that thought right there. B57, I see, beloved. Hold that thought. Just hold on to that thought. I'm going to bring it all home for you. A diamond doesn't start out shining. That image of that diamond that you see in your mind right now, a diamond doesn't start out shining. It doesn't start out beautiful. It begins as coal that's covered in dirt and all of these other impurities. Nothing beautiful about it. And in fact, if you didn't know anything about diamonds, and I gave you a diamond in its pure raw form, it's ugly. There's nothing attractive about it, nothing cute about it, nothing pretty about it, nothing beautiful about it. I'm talking about I just pulled it straight out the mountain, hand it to you. It's covered in coal, it's covered in all of these impurities. You can't even see the diamond for real. You can't see it. It's covered in too much. But in order for that coal to become a diamond, it has to go through extreme pressure. It has to endure the crushing. It has to endure the breaking in the heat beyond what the diamond thinks it can handle. And if that diamond could talk, it would say this to you: why is this happening to me? If that diamond could talk, that's what it would say. Why is this happening to me? Why am I being pressed so hard? I don't deserve this. That's exactly what you say. That's exactly what you say. Even though you're the diamond, God knows what the diamond looks like. He knows what the diamond called you is going to look like. The same way that if you and I were sitting there looking at that diamond, we know what the diamond is getting ready to become. The diamond itself has no idea. It has no idea. We're like, do you know one day you're going to be sitting in a glass case somewhere? Do you know one day they're going to have security and protection all over you? Do you know one day people will fight to get to you? Do you know one day you're going to be a symbol of love on somebody's finger? You don't know that? See, that's what I'm saying. God knows what you're getting ready to become, but you don't know. You still looking at yourself as the version of you that just came out the mountain, the cold version of you, the version of you that has all of the impurities and your pain and your trauma and your ego and your shadow. You're still looking at yourself from that perspective. You don't see the diamond version of you yet because it's not your job to see it. The same way the real diamond doesn't see it. The same way that the caterpillar has no idea what the butterfly version of him looks like, has no idea. It's been crawling its whole life, never realizing and understanding one day it's going to be to take flight. It has no idea. See, the diamond would feel like, in reality, the diamond would feel like it's being destroyed. But the truth is, it's being transformed. You feel like you're being destroyed. My life is in a mess. My life is ruined. But the truth is, you're being transformed. Because you can't see the diamond version of you that God is creating. You don't see it. I didn't see it. In fact, some of you guys are fighting to remain the cold version of yourself. I'm talking about fighting to do it. See, when you make excuses and show up small, you're adding more coal to the diamond. When you procrastinate, you're adding more coal to the diamond. When you don't speak your truth or you rehearse the stories about what broke you, you're adding more coal to the diamond. In this moment, you are the diamond, beloved. But every time you don't speak your truth, you add more coal to the diamond. Every time you tolerate disrespect, you add more coal to the diamond. Every time that you don't turn every should into a must, you add more coal to the diamond that is you. Every time you rehearse that story about what broke you, you add more coal to the diamond that is you. We don't need more coal, we need less. God's sitting here chipping away at the diamond called you, and you piling more coal on. He's sitting here chipping away at the diamond called you. You add more coal. He like, what you want me to do here? Every time I chip something away, you bring it back. Every time I tell you what you are, you say, no, you not. Every time I tell you that greatness is in you, you settling for mediocrity. Every time I told you you got the kingdom of God is in you, you tolerate less than you deserve. What you want me to do? I gave you free will, so I can't rewire the way you think. I'm gonna wait for Jesus to come back. He ain't gonna do it either. What you waiting on him for? He can't rewire the way you think. The Savior is you, beloved. You the Savior you've been waiting on your whole life. Because there's not a person on the planet that can rewire the way you think. That's your assignment. Loving yourself unconditionally, that's your assignment. Believing in yourself, that's your assignment. Having faith in yourself, that's your assignment. Consistently showing up for yourself, that's your assignment. Never tolerating disrespect, that's your assignment. Walking away from the table the moment that disrespect is being served to you, that's your assignment. Self-mastery, self-awareness, emotional intelligence, consistency, character, integrity, discipline, that's your assignment. When you answer the assignment, when you fulfill the assignment, you get the blessing, you become the diamond. You don't ask God to bless you, you ask him to transform you into the blessing. I don't need blessings from him, I am the blessing. And when you become a blessing, see, here's the key, here's the key, here's the key. This is what he's saying to you. This is what he's saying to you. Find a way to be more for others than anyone else could be for them at that time. That's what awareness is going to do. Find a way to be more for others than anyone else could be for them at that time. That's what self-mastery is going to do. Find a way to be more for others than anyone else could be for them at that time. That's what emotional intelligence is going to do. You got generational wealth walking around in you right now. We sit here looking for somebody to validate us, looking for somebody to believe in us, looking for somebody to choose us, looking for somebody to pick us. Why would you do that when you are love itself? Why would you look for love when love is what you are? You don't look for love, you become the love that you already are. The moment you become it, you don't have to look anymore because the thing you would be looking for, you're already in possession of. God is waiting on you to become what you already are. The moment you think that you need something that exists outside of you, you're creating a wound. The moment that you go out looking for love, you're creating a wound. The moment that you tell yourself the story that you're not enough, you're creating a wound. The moment that you stop believing in yourself, you're creating a wound. We're creating wounds within ourselves. This is why we're not healing, because there's nothing outside of you that you can add to your life that's going to make you any more of what you already are. Nothing in the external world can add value to what God creates. Not a single thing, not a car, not a purse, not a house, not a bag, not a human being. You can't add value to what's already complete, the same way that if you take a bucket of water down to the ocean and throw it in the ocean, you won't see the difference. You won't see the difference because you didn't move the ocean. You're the ocean. I don't care how many buckets of water people bring to your life, they're not going to make you more complete. I don't care how many times they tell you they love you, it won't make you more complete. I don't care how many times the person tells you you're beautiful, it won't make the beautiful thing that you already are more complete. Nothing can complete what's already complete. All of your incompleteness comes from the story that you're telling yourself. That part right there, Iris. Coach, I see you, beloved. I keep telling you the baddest thing on the planet is you. I dare you to believe it. Baddest thing on the planet is you. I dare you to believe it. dare you to believe it. I dare you to believe it. You don't have no problem believing in the fear. You don't have any problem believing in doubt. You don't have any problem believing in your limitations. You have no problem believing in anxiety. All these things require your belief. So I dare you to believe that you are the baddest thing walking. And then I dare you to walk, talk, act, and think just like it. I dare you to never accept less than you deserve. I dare you to become the most disciplined version of yourself. I dare you to love yourself unconditionally. I dare you to never show up small. I dare you to always speak your truth. I double dare you to do it. What's wrong is always available, but so is what's right. Choose one. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share Guardian Angels. What's up, beloved? Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Raja, thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Discipline is you showing God that your purpose matters more than all of your excuses. Discipline is when your identity is so clear that you stop negotiating with your feelings. Discipline means sticking to the plan, not your mood, sticking to the plan, not your feelings, sticking to the plan, not yesterday's version of you. Discipline is choosing your future over who you used to be. The enemy of greatness is not failure. The enemy of greatness is a lack of discipline, beloved. You can become the most powerful thing in the world, but you got to become the most disciplined version of yourself first. You need discipline more than you need people. You need discipline more than you need somebody to love you, more than you need somebody to validate you, more than you need somebody to believe in you. You need discipline more than anything, because discipline is the key that unlocks the greatest version of you. Your partner can't unlock your greatness. Your outdated versions of yourself can't unlock your greatness. Who you used to be can't take you any further than you already are. You need discipline, because when discipline is online, there is no disrespect. When discipline is online, there is no procrastination. When discipline is online, there is no me settling for less than I deserve. When discipline is online, there is no me settling for good when great was on the table as well. I reach for great when discipline is online. I reach for mastery when discipline is online. I reach for the most fit version of me when discipline is online. I never settle for less than I deserve when discipline is online. When my mediocrity is online, I settle for less than I deserve. When I lack self-awareness, I settle for less than I deserve. When I have no emotional intelligence, I settle for less than I deserve. Pick a side. What side of life you gonna live on? You can become the greatest version of you, or you can remain who you are right now, but you can't do both. Sandy, what's up, beloved? When that I see you, man, you can't do both, beloved. You can't do both. If you don't schedule your priorities, life will schedule your distractions. Let that hit your spirit. If you don't schedule your priorities, life will schedule your distractions. It's not people that's hurting you. It's your distractions that are hurting you. Everything that you entertain that's out of alignment with who you are becoming, the binge watching Netflix, adding people to your life that you don't really add value to you, don't honor your presence, disrespect you, verbally abuse you. These things are all the things that are keeping you from becoming the greatest version of you. Scrolling on social media for 2 or 3 hours before you do anything that adds significant value to your life. See, discipline is just the bridge between who you are and who you could become. And I love that God did this. I love that He did this. Oh, He was a beast for this. He said, I'm gonna make the playing field equal. Because you ain't got to be smart to bring the discipline into your life. Because discipline is gonna make you smart. Because it's gonna have you reading books. It's going to have you become a subject matter expert with respect to whatever it is you want to do in life. It's going to have you focused, locked in, and disciplined like you need to be. So discipline is going to bring you everything you're missing in life. Discipline is going to bring. I'm telling you, that's what you need. More than anything you are chasing in your external world. I told you, if you don't build the kingdom in your mind, you'll never experience it in your physical reality. You'll never experience it in your physical reality. If I don't build it here, I'll never touch it out here. So all that racing and rushing to build something external and you haven't built it in your mind first, this is why we're suffering. This is why you're not manifesting the life that you want for yourself. I can never manifest what I'm not willing to become. I can never attract what I'm not willing to become. Because that's the signal that I'm sending to the universe. The signal that I'm sending to the universe is I want the thing, but I'm not willing to transform myself into the person that's capable of achieving it. Oh, I want it, but I'm not willing to, I don't love myself enough to transform myself into the version of me that's capable of achieving it. I don't want the work. I just want the thing. And God is saying, keep wishing. The version of you that makes the prayer about what you want from God is not the version of you that's capable of receiving it. That's the part that we miss. That's how you bridge the gap. That part right there, T-Benz, that's how you bridge the gap, beloved. How you bridge the gap, coach. Become the most disciplined version of you. You can win the game. You can become the most powerful human being in modern history right now by just becoming the most disciplined version of yourself. That's it. That's all. Especially when you got self-awareness online and self-mastery online and self-discipline online and character online, integrity online. You can become something that people don't even know how to deal with. You can become something so powerful that people can't afford to walk away from you. If people can afford to walk away from you right now, you still got work to do. Become the asset, beloved, that no one can afford to walk away from. Like your phone. You can't walk away from your phone. You left your phone at home, got on the freeway, realized you left your phone at home, and what did you do? Turn around and went back. Why? Because it means that much to you. Okay, turn yourself into that human manifestation of that level of value. I appreciate that, beloved. Become something so powerful. Transform your body. That's what you do. See, because you got to understand that people are receiving you on a multitude of different levels. They ain't just receiving how pretty you are. Your body is having a certain conversation with people. It's telling people how disciplined you are, how much you love yourself, how much you respect yourself, how much you believe in yourself. If I don't have to know that you're disciplined, I can look at your body. I can look at your body and tell that you are disciplined, or I can look at your body and tell that you're not. I can look at your body and tell that you really care about yourself and love yourself, or I can look at your body and tell that you're not. All them toxic people that you attracted is looking at how you showing up in the moment. They saying, "Oh yeah, she out of shape. She must be insecure. Oh yeah, he out of shape. He must be insecure." Because that's what your body is saying. It's having a whole conversation with this person saying, you don't really rock with you like that. I don't give a damn about how many PhDs you have. You out of balance, beloved. You can't just have your mental world off the chain and your physical world, you sitting here mediocre. That shit don't match. No, get your body off the chain. Get it in the best shape that you possibly can based upon what you can afford to do. Because you can't say you don't have the time, because that's why God gave you the time. He gave you the time so that you would be able to affect people and impact people on a multitude of different levels, not just with your mind. Sometimes people will walk up to you just because of how your physique looks. You know how many people I've met that just walk up to me at a gas station, in the gym, and just, man, I like the way you look. Now all of a sudden we got a whole conversation going on. I started businesses with people on my physique alone. I got friends in my life right now that didn't come because they knew what was in my mind. They came because they saw the discipline that was on display with my body. Your body is your business card, beloved, not that thing you pull out of your wallet. Let me say that one more time. Your body is your business card, not that piece of paper you pull out of your wallet. Cash, what's up, beloved? So when your body is 5-star, your mindset is 5-star. And fragrance is another thing. Smell amazing. When you walk by a person, you're going to leave a scent trail, beloved, whether you try it or not. Every person you walk past, you leave a scent trail. Sometimes people will remember you by your scent alone, especially when you walk in an elevator or some tight space. Get yourself a signature fragrance. Find one fragrance that defines who you are better than anything else and rock it. I got a fragrance that when I walk in the gym, when I walk in the building, you'll know I'm there even if you didn't see me. I'm telling you now, I got a fragrance so cold that if I walk into a building and you didn't see me, you're going to say, Coach in here somewhere. I smell it. That's what I'm saying. Come on, y'all, what we doing here? Your look has to be, some of you guys, you getting online, you shoot the videos, you're doing all this stuff like that, but your look doesn't represent anything that a person would want to follow. See, sometimes people will stop just because of how you look. You look like someone important. They don't know what you're saying at the time. But put energy into how you look, because sometimes your look will captivate the person, but your words will make them stay. Person to be scrolling past on social media and say, oh, she look like she knows what she's talking about. And they'll stop. So I'm just saying to you, if people are receiving you not the way you think they are, people are receiving you in a multitude of different ways. Sometimes it's going to be because of your body. Sometimes it's going to be because of the way you smell. Sometimes it's going to be because of the way you carry yourself. Sometimes it's going to be because of your aura, your essence. Sometimes it's going to be because of the way you dress. There's a multitude of reasons. You've done that before. You sat somewhere in a restaurant. I'm going to tell you what happened to you and I wasn't even there. I'm going to tell you what happened to you and I wasn't even there. There was a day you went to a supermarket. And when you went to this particular supermarket, there was either a Ferrari or Rolls Royce or some super luxury car there at that time. Now, you didn't see the person that got out of the car, but that car stopped you in your tracks. She was like, oh, that's a nice car. I've never seen this car parked up here before. And as soon as you walked in that store, you kind of were scanning and looking to see who the person was that owned that car. And you saw somebody. And there was something about their energy, their aura. It was something about that person that made you think that car must belong to them. They look like the car. They look like the human manifestation of the car. That's happened to you before. That's happened to you before. At least one time in your life, that's happened to you before. And I'm just trying to get you to understand, beloved, that people are receiving you on a multitude of different levels, not just how you think they are. See, if you apply your thinking to it, you're gonna get it wrong. This is why you have to be 5-star on every level, because you don't know. Yeah, it could be at the gas station, beloved. You pull up to the gas station, you're like, "Ooh, in that car." As soon as you walk in and go pay for your gas, you already see the person. You already know who car it is. Not because they said something to you, but it was just something about the way that person carried themselves in that moment. You said, "How do you deal with jealousy?" And give me some context, beloved. Jealousy just comes from our attachments. That's all. All jealousy is derived from our attachments. No attachment, no jealousy. That part right there, coach, detachment. Yeah, I could probably better answer that question if I had some context with respect to, but yeah, yeah. Let me see something real quick before I. You said, how do you deal with your daughter's father um, turning her against you? Um, Man, there's a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different ways. Um, Somebody said, "Woke me back up." There's a lot of different ways that you could. There's a lot of different ways, beloved, that you can deal with that. Um, I'll just put myself in that situation. You know, one of the fastest ways to increase, Lynette, I see, beloved. One of the fastest ways to make your value skyrocket in the mind of another person is to remove yourself from the person, right? The moment you remove yourself from the person, your value instantly skyrockets. Um, when people have access to us, too much access to us, an abundance of access to us, it makes our value decrease in the mind of that person. And so the moment that something like that happens, if it's me, I'm just going to remove my value from I'm just going to remove my presence from the person. The moment you remove your presence from the person, see, what you're probably doing is you're fighting to get back in that person's life. You're fighting to win your daughter back. You're fighting to do this. You're fighting to do that. Anything you fight, you empower, right? Anything you fight, you actually create more of the very thing. In other words, the energy that you're using to fight that situation is actually creating more of a problem. The moment that I pull my energy back, the moment that I detach, my value instantly skyrockets, because now that person is wondering, why isn't she calling me? Why isn't she texting me? Why did she stop fighting? Why did she stop doing this? Why did she stop doing that? I gave you a great example of what I'm saying. So this is how you can transform even the hardest person on the planet. You can give me the most difficult person on the planet. I'm going to give you something that's undeniable. I'm going to give you 5D consciousness, but from a universal truth perspective. You can take the hardest person in the world. I'm talking about the hardest, grumpiest, meanest person on the planet. Give me the meanest person on the planet, and I promise you in 30 days, they'll be like butter in my hands. Let me tell you how. Day one, when I walk up to that person, I'm going to give that person a hug with zero expectations. When I go to give them a hug in that moment, they're going to resist that. They're going to resist the hug. And then I'm going to walk away. Day two, I'm going to walk up and do the same thing. I'm going to give that person a hug. They're going to push and resist, get off me. And then I'm going to walk away. Day three, day four, day 5, day 15, I'm doing the same thing. Let me tell you what's going to happen. By day 20, there's an expectation there. By day 20, the person is actually looking for it now. Because I had no expectations there. On the 30th day, if I walk past that person, they'll say to me, hey, you didn't give me a hug today. They feel it. It will scramble their minds as to why I didn't give them a hug. It will affect them. I'm telling you. See, that's what's happening to you. The people that you're dealing with are like the grumpy man in the story. And you keep giving them your energy, and they're fighting it, they're resisting it, they're resisting it, they're resisting it because you're giving it. The moment you pull that energy back, and it's going to be painful for a little while in order for you to do this, but this is the only way, or one of the only ways. Like I said, it's the only way, but it is one of the best ways to get your value to skyrocket in the mind of that person. I pull my energy back. I pull the calls back. I pull the texting back. I pull everything back. There's no more resistance there. There's nothing to fight there. You've made your point. You win. And what you're going to do is that you're going to pull that person back to you. But as long as you keep calling and you keep texting and you keep, why you treat me like this? And why did you turn her against me? And why did you're fighting the very demon that you're trying to get rid of. You're empowering the demon that you're trying to get rid of. And yeah. I mean, if I had more context with respect to the situation, I'm just freestyling here because I don't really understand what's going on. But I'm telling you right now, that's one of the biggest things that the moment you pull your energy back from people, they feel that. As long as you keep giving the energy, you lose power because they have something that you want. And that's why you're fighting the situation the way that you're doing it. Another thing that I will tell you is what scares me, and I won't use you. I'll just take you out of it so that way there's no emotion in the conversation. I'll take you out of it real quick. What scares me about situations similar to your situation is what you're saying to me is that there's no unconditional love there. Because if there were genuine unconditional love there, no person would be able to turn someone against you. That's what scares me. That whatever that model is that you guys were operating from was a conditional love model. Because unconditional love means there's nothing that you could say to me about someone that I genuinely love that's going to turn me against that person, especially if that person is my parent. Now, you guys cannot like each other. You guys can beef. You guys can fill in the blank. But if I love you unconditionally, there's no person on the planet that can turn me away from you. If I don't love you unconditionally, you can turn me away from that person. So that's what kind of scares me. It sounds to me like you love them unconditionally, but that unconditional love that you have for them isn't being reciprocated. And that's what scares me. And I'm going to just set my mic down on that. Craig, I see you, beloved. Hang on, let me see something. Hang on, let me see something. 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 I'll say it for you. You said you felt that in your soul, beloved? Yeah, it's let me say something. Let me say something. Let me say something. Let me say something real quick. Let me say something real quick. Let me say something real quick. This has what I'm getting ready to say has nothing to do with what I said a minute ago. So this is just clear your mind from what I just said a minute ago. Um, there comes a time when you can no longer blame your past, your parents, your ex, your environment, or your upbringing for who you have become. There comes a time when you can no longer blame your past, the failed relationships, what someone didn't give you, for who you have become. You are responsible for your own transformation. You are responsible for how powerful you become. You are responsible for how strong you become. You are responsible for the level of greatness you experience. Nobody is coming to fix you, beloved. You are the mechanic that you've been waiting on. You are the solution that you've been waiting for God to send you. See, nobody is responsible for your breakthrough except for you. No one is responsible for whether or not you become self-aware. No one is responsible. No one's checking to see will you ever step into your purpose. No one's checking to see will you ever step into your call. Beloved, this is on you. Man, don't fumble your life. This is on you. If you want freedom, man, you got to fight for it. If you want to taste greatness, you have to fight for it. If you want to experience the best life possible, you have to fight for it. If you want real change in your life, you've got to fight for it. If you want the most amazing body, you have to fight for it. If you want your bank account to reflect what God sees in you, you have to fight for it. But you got to fight. We can't show up small anymore. No more excuses. No more tolerating disrespect. No more showing up small. No more not speaking your truth. It's time for you to fight for who you want to become. Fight for unconditional love if you're going to fight for something. Fight for self-respect. Fight for joy in abundance. And most importantly, fight for God, because he's the one that believes in you for real. When you were who you were in the dark, he's still believing in you. When you were dealing with all of the pain, he's still believing in you. When people walked out of your life, he's still believing in you. When other people not showing up for you, he's still believing in you. Man, fight for him if you're not going to fight for yourself. You cannot pray your way into what you're not willing to confront. You cannot pray away what you keep settling for. You can't cast out demons you still enjoy dancing with. You can't walk into your purpose while you're still protecting your past. See, you can't walk into your purpose while surrendering to the very mindset that whispers that you're broken. You are too valuable to remain fractured. You are too valuable to allow what God has placed in you to remain buried underneath all of your fears and insecurities. We can't do that anymore. Every time you quit on yourself, it's not just bad for you, but it makes God look like a liar as well. When you don't show up for you, it makes him look like a liar. He's the one that's believing in you. When you don't speak your truth, it makes him look like a liar. He's the one believing in you. I'm going to just set my mic down on that. All right. Do me a favor real quick and type me in the comments if this is your very first time on a live stream with me. Please type me if you are a first timer on the live stream. Awesome, awesome. B57, I see you, beloved. Absolutely, you're so welcome. Absolutely, absolutely. Be the greatest. Absolutely. Be the greatest. I see you. Absolutely, Tracy, my pleasure, my absolute pleasure. If this is your first time on a live stream with me, welcome all first and last time listeners. Let me get you guys signed up for my free thought of the day. If you are not currently signed up for my free thought of the day, you do not want to miss it. My free thought of the day is powerful. Let me tell you why you want the free thought of the day, because this is important. The why is always more important than the what. But the free thought of the day is designed for you to wake up inspired every day, because we don't have time to show up small anymore, right? So that's what the free thought of the day is designed for you to wake up inspired. It's designed for you to wake up with purpose, but it's also designed to continue making those tiny deposits into you, because those things are going to compound over time. And these are the things that are going to help you. Copy and paste that link, beloved. Latina Realtor, copy and paste that link, beloved, that Tara has pinned to the screen, and it'll take you to the free thought of the day. And then you want to wake up to something that's designed to help you unlock your inner greatness, because that's really what it's all about, helping you to unlock your inner greatness. So copy and paste that link, you guys, hold it down, put it inside your browser, and then it will take you to get signed up for my free thought of the day. You're going to absolutely love it. It's going to come to you in email format. You will receive it in email format. It is a game changer. It is an absolute game changer. George Otto, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Jennifer, I see you, beloved. Yeah, it's a game changer. Creed, yeah, Creed is my signature fragrance, and I'm wearing it right now, even though you guys can't smell me right now. Cash, thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Even though you guys can't smell me right now, it's just mindset, right? It's all mindset. It's all mindset. But again, yeah. Aisha, awesome, beloved. Again, welcome all first time, last time listeners. If you're not currently signed up in my private coaching community called Mindset Masters, type no in the comments, please. Again, if you're not currently signed up in my exclusive community called Mindset Masters, type no in the comments, please. Yeah, I'm rocking it right now, Trina. I'm rocking it right now. You can't smell me, but I can. And again, it's all mindset, right? It's all, yeah. Creed is next level. I don't know too many that you'll have access to me. You'll have access to me, beloved. Like, we have a voice message feature inside of the community, and you'll be able to send me voice messages. I like the voice messages because I'm a speaker, of course, so I prefer to just respond via voice message. But you can, okay, Latino Realtor, I see you, beloved. You can text out. Some of you guys are probably great with the texting. Cash, I see you, beloved. But like I said, again, you could go with the voice message feature, so you'll have access to me, and that's around the clock. If you guys, so for you guys that's new to the platform, welcome. My name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I've been coaching for over 2 decades now. I've coached some of the top athletes, politicians, executives, entertainers, doctors, lawyers, you name it, UFC fighters. I have coached them all. I'm also the best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? This book is available to you. You can either go to my link in bio and you can get the book, or you can go to Barnes & Noble. Go to barnesandnoble.com, type in Jordan Williams, The Secret of Awareness, and it will take you, Barnes & Noble will send you the book. Awesome, Jesse. Awesome. The Mindset Masters community, real quick. Let me just tell you guys about the community. If you guys want to get signed up, wonderful. If you don't, wonderful. The Mindset Masters community is the fastest growing community on social media with respect to self-awareness, self-mastery, emotional intelligence, 5D consciousness. It's the fastest growing community with respect to that, because you're going to become more powerful than you've ever been in the history of your life. I guarantee it. If you show up consistently and you put in the work, you will become a version of yourself more powerful than you have ever been in the history of your life. I can't guarantee how to change your tire. I can't guarantee, how long your house gonna last. I can't guarantee whether or not you have the best health insurance. I have no guarantees when it comes to that. If you're in this community and you show up consistently and you put in the work, you'll become a version of yourself that you currently don't have access to right now. The community comes with 2 life coaches, 1 executive coach. I'll be coaching you 100% of the time. It also comes with access to all of my live streams, like the one you're watching right now. They're all archived inside of the community, which is great, because just in case you miss a live stream, right? You might go on vacation, you might whatever, and you may not be able to make it to the live streams. And what I like about everything being archived inside of the community is that you're going to have access to, you can pause, you can rewind, you can stop, you can take a break, right? You can do all of these things that you can't do right now. And that's why I like it so much. You guys begin to do that. That's number 1. Number 2, you're going to also have access to all of my podcasts, which are also archived inside of the community. You're going to have access to what I write for you guys every single day. So you're getting hit in a multitude of different ways with respect to the most powerful information on the planet, period. And then you're going to have me as your coach. The entire community is $29 a month, no contracts, no obligations. I'm cheaper than therapy for a reason. I'm more powerful than therapy for a reason. When you join the community, you will understand the reason. And when you guys get signed up today, you're also going to receive a free copy of my book, The Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? You're going to get this book today. The book is not free, but when you get signed up today, you will receive the book. You're also going to receive a copy of my e-course, The Fearless Mindset, which is badass. Let me say it again. Badass. One more time. Badass. Okay. You need them both. So you're getting the course today. You're getting the book today. You're getting me today, which is a force multiplier. You only need one me. You're getting the community today, which the community is filled with like-minded individuals, just like yourself, all have a growth mindset, all about positivity, all about growth, all about becoming the most powerful versions of themselves. It's just a beautiful thing. You're here for a reason. That's why you're here right now. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. So anyone that's in my live stream, you're here because there's something that God is ready for you to become. I don't know what that thing is, but I think you do. I think you do. There's no person on the planet, and I talk to damn near, 30 to 50,000 people per day. Random people don't just come in my live stream. When people come in my live stream, if there's something that you are supposed to be doing that you've been putting off, that it's time for you to do. Now, again, I don't know what that thing is, and I don't assume to know, but you know. Okay, so that's what the community is all about. It's that place that you've been trying to find where you can become the most powerful version of yourself. This is the place. Okay, you said you need to quit smoking, beloved. I got you. I got you. I got you. So this is what you guys are going to want to do. Copy and paste that link that Tara has on your screen. Type me in the comments if you are ready to get signed up. Type me in the comments if you're ready to take your life to the ultimate level, not to the next level. Elevators take your life to the next level. We're going to take your life to the ultimate level. Brooklyn, I see you. Latina Realtor, I see you. Miss T, I see you. Again, copy and paste that link, beloved. Put it inside your browser. Madison, I see you, beloved. Copy and paste that link, put it inside your browser, hold it down for like 3 seconds, and then it's going to take you to the community to get signed up. When you guys get signed up, please watch the community tutorial. I'm begging you. Whatever you do, watch that community tutorial. It's located in the tools section, and it's going to just teach you about the innermost workings of the community. So that way you know how to navigate the community properly, and you know where everything is. But you'll have me there. You'll have Coach Tara there. You'll have Coach Sonia there. So any one of us you can reach out to at any time. Lynn, I appreciate you, beloved. I appreciate you, Lynn. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I love that video you shot. That video that you shot was badass. Are there any community-related questions that I can answer for you guys before I get out of here? Community-related only, please. Anything with respect to the community that I can answer for you guys before we disconnect? Chosen, I see you, beloved. No, beloved. It's not just for today. It could whenever you're ready, because I'd rather you come when you're really ready to go. That part right there, Red. I already know you. I know you are. I know you are. I know Lynn is. I know Red is. I mean, Lynetta. So yeah, get signed up when you're ready, because I like people to sign up when they're really ready. To be consistent and put in the work. So yeah. Take your time, beloved. Take your time. We'll be here when you're ready. Aside from that, any other community related questions before we disconnect? Yeah. Glow up. Yep, I got you. Shelby, I see you, beloved. Other than that, I think that's it. Let's shout out to Coach Sonia for holding it down. Shout out to Coach Tara for always going to war against, all of the energy that should not be a part of these conversations. She is very protective over your growth, your evolution. So let's give her some love. Sefe, I see, beloved. Thank you so much. The NPCs, she is a master at removing all of the NPCs. For a lot of you guys that don't know, Coach Sonia is always behind the scenes with respect to the innermost workings of all things Mindset Masters. But without her, this community would not be here. Without all of her contributions and everything she brings to the table that she has brought to the moment, the days in the dark when there was no community, the days in the dark when there was no book, the days in the dark where there was no live streams going on and video content going on, and all of these things that you guys are able to enjoy today. She was standing in the dark, putting her mindset, her energy, her heart, her effort, her time into making sure that one day we would be able to bring this to the world. We didn't know it would be what it has ultimately become, and it's nowhere near what it's going to be. So, you just have to give credit in life where credit is due. But before communities, before books, before courses, before live streams, before videos, she was there. And you got to give credit to those people that are in your life. Some of you guys have some foundational people like that in your life, that was there before, right? That you became who you ultimately ended up becoming. And I know that you guys are still climbing on that journey. So, you know, celebrate the people in your life that were there before you ever had a there to begin with. All right. Other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. I've got some stuff that I'm going to drop off in the community for you guys, and just that part right there, Trina, that part right there, that part right there. You can't spell there without here. Master your here. When you master your here, you simultaneously master your there. If you don't dominate your here, you will never dominate your there, because you can't spell there without here. Don't focus on what's going to happen in your there. Don't chase your there, because your there is only a reflection of your here. Bring the discipline to your here. Bring the character to your here. Bring the integrity to your here. Bring the emotional intelligence and self-mastery and consciousness to your here. When your here becomes powerful, your there is automatic. Stay powerful, stay prayed up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.